Neda Garcia. All right, is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. So the state's requesting bail on this new charge in the amount of $10,000 with DAS supervision if he posts. He's in custody on, looks like a couple of probation violations. He scores a 7 on the risk assessment, but I think that really grossly underrepresents his recent criminal history. He has 2 felony convictions from separate cases in 2024. One in March for discharging a firearm into an occupied structure. He was sentenced to 12 to 48, suspended on that case. He was a shooter at 2 college parties. And then he's got a felony arrest on September 6th for a probation violation, a felony arrest on June 6th for a probation violation, and a felony conviction on October 29th of 2024 for a residential burglary for which he was sentenced to 12 to 48, suspended. Your Honor is familiar with the facts of this case. He's essentially alleged to be engaging in the destruction of evidence from within the jail walls. So clearly there's no conditions that this defendant's going to comply with. So the state does request the $10,000 bail in this case.
All right. Do we have a response?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Smith is not able to afford any additional money bail, as was noted by the state. He has several probation holds, so he's not likely to be able to post anyway. But we would ask for a much lower bail. Again, he's not going to be able to post it in the amount of $2,000. We were able to speak to his reference, who verified his address in Carson City, phone number, and his employment at Dollar General. He had been hired but not started actually working yet, and verified some additional information about his employment, including working for several temp agencies. So understanding he has some pending court matters for other departments, but only a small amount of money bail would be appropriate given all the factors for the court to consider.
All right, does the state have a follow-up response?
I don't, Your Honor.
All right. So given the facts of this case and his probation violation and failure to take care of court matters, I am going to set his bail at $10,000. I noticed one of the other conditions will be supervised check-ins with DAS. Shall not possess or use firearms. And then, was there going to be no contact with the girlfriend, Laurel Fulgham?
Yeah, so Your Honor, actually, as I'm sitting here right now, I'm thinking that probably is a wise condition, and that I'm not sure if the court's inclined to order that he comply with all the terms of his probation as well.
Okay, so that would be an added condition in addition to supervised check-ins, no contact with Lauren Fulgham, and shall not possess firearms or weapons. All right. Next is Jonathan Castaneda Garcia. All right, is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. So Mr. Castaneda Garcia scores a 7 on the risk assessment with 1 point for failures to appear. He was also arrested for failure to comply, 2 counts of failure to comply. 2024, he's got a misdemeanor conviction for DUI. He was also arrested for failing to appear twice. He failed to appear for his arraignment. He was picked up on the warrant, then he posted bail. Then he failed to appear for the arraignment again. And then he's got a misdemeanor arrest for failure to appear on a traffic arraignment. So clearly he's a very high risk of future non-appearance. He's now faced with multiple felony charges, and one of which involves a firearm. So for those reasons, the state is requesting $30,000 bail with no cash option, house arrest with GPS if he posts, DAS with testing, no firearms, and no contact with the witness, Andrew Martinez Rincon.
Okay. Do we have a response?
Yes, Your Honor. We were able to speak with Mr. Castaneda Garcia's mother to verify his address, that he lives with her, and that he's lived there his whole life. He is employed at a company called Grinding Guys, making keys, and he's worked there for 4 to 5 years. He has significant ties to the community, and with the support of his mother, could make sure that he attends future court appearances. He indicated with regard to the Reno Municipal Court case, that he had been, had started doing his community service, was working on the classes and hadn't paid the fees yet or set up a payment plan, but that he was in the process of resolving those outstanding court matters. So he is trying to clear up his court obligations and would do so in this case and appear for future court attendance, as well as comply with any check-ins and supervision requirements. So we would ask for an own recognizance release.
All right, just bear with me. I'm gonna go through my notes here. All right, I'm gonna set his bail at $15,000. No 10% cash option, no contact with Andrew, Martinez Ricon, which apparently was the passenger, to be subject to drug and alcohol testing, shall not possess firearms or weapons. He's able to post, he must reside at 55 Round Robin Lane, and he'll be subject to supervision.
Thank you.
All right, next is Wesley Dancer. All right, is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state's requesting bail in the amount of
Hey, Junebug, Linus is on her way home. She said she's going to be running a little late. We're waiting to see when Judge Fleischer comes on. Whenever he comes on, we're going to switch over to that. But this is Reno, Nevada weekend court. It's always entertaining to see their court. They've got some wild cases, but the judge is always just very calm, very quiet. ATX is saying that Donald chased off Kay. Nah, no one gets chased off here. If someone leaves, they left on their own. So I'm on Team Donald. Kay's all right, but Donald's just fine there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Rivette, Donald, Nancy, Terry, Debbie, Maiko, Junebug. Looks like everybody's here. We're just waiting on Judge Fleischer to get started, but we're going to watch some more Reno.
$50,000 with no 10% cash option due to this being a Category B felony with human victims. No contact with the victims or their residence. House arrest with GPS if he posts. DAS with testing for drugs and alcohol. No firearms or weapons. Defendant scores a 7 on the risk assessment with 1 point for violent criminal convictions. He's got a 2022 misdemeanor conviction for a DUI second, a 2020 felony conviction for battery resulting in substantial bodily harm. In that case, he brutally attacked his ex-girlfriend by straddling her and punching her in the face at least 100 times. She believed the punching lasted 25 minutes. Now I'm just telling Your Honor this so we can get an idea of how dangerous it is. He also choked her with his forearm. When police arrived, he jumped off of the second floor balcony and then went back inside and barricaded himself in the apartment. He was sentenced to 12 to 36 months imprisonment. 2019, he's got a gross misdemeanor arrest for conspiracy to commit dissuading. He was also ad booked on this, he was ad booked on this after the DA's investigators reviewed his jail calls and heard him dissuading the victim in his pending felony case, that domestic battery resulting substantial bodily harm. That charge was ultimately dismissed as part of global negotiations. Per his 2020 PSI, he had 4 prior misdemeanor convictions, all of which are related to drugs and alcohol. So that's the nexus for the state's request for testing for drugs and alcohol. So with all that said, Your Honor, the state is requesting the $50,000 bail, no 10% cash option, no contact with the victims or their residents, house arrest with GPS if he posts, and DAS with testing for drugs and alcohol, and no firearms or weapons.
Right. We have a response?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. We were able to speak with a witness in this case who is the sister of the alleged victims. She disputes a number of those facts. She was also able to verify his residence, which is separate and apart from those alleged victims. He is a caretaker for his mother, and so not earning a lot of income. However, he could comply with conditions of house arrest or a GPS monitor if the court thought that that was necessary. He doesn't want anything to do with these alleged victims and would absolutely stay away from them. And so we would ask for an own recognizance release with the condition of house arrest and a GPS monitor if the court deemed that necessary.
All right, facts are concerning about this case. I'm not gonna go through him. But he pointed a rifle at two of the named victims. Gonna set his bail at $30,000, no 10% cash option. No contact with Gary, Stephen, and Robert Carthy. And the residence 4600 Mira Loma. Looks like it's number 8C. Will be subject to residential confinement and fitted before release. Will be subject to drug and alcohol testing, shall not possess firearms or weapons, and he'll have supervised check-ins with DAS. He's able to post. Ready to proceed?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. The state's requesting $10,000 bail, DAS with testing if he posts. It looks like the reason for that request, it looks like he did adult drug court on his prior felony cases. And then no contact with any Home Depot stores. So he scores a 5 on the risk assessment.
You ready? Slow nerds.
Is page 6. Flores, come on up. Christopher Flores.
You are Christopher Flores. Mr. Flores, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On December 29th, 2024, an officer initiated a traffic stop after observing a vehicle change lanes 2 separate times while failing to signal. The vehicle was speeding 58 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone and passing another vehicle in a no passing zone. The officer made contact with the driver, the defendant, and the rear made contact with the driver and the defendant, who is the rear driver's side passenger. Upon contact, the officer observed in plain view the magazine portion of an AR-15 sticking out from underneath the driver's side seat in the back passenger area. The driver denied having any weapons in the vehicle. The officer walked back to his patrol vehicle to write a traffic citation for the driver, and when he returned, the magazine had been moved and was now lying next to the defendant in the back seat. The officer asked the driver again whether he had any firearms, and he stated he had 2 inside of a bag in the vehicle. The defendant stated that the guns were his and told the officer where the bag was. The officer located a bag containing 3 guns in the seat next to where the defendant was sitting. 1 AR-15 pistol lacking a serial number and 2 Glocks.
Mr. Flores, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? If you violate this condition, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'll put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. How old are you, sir?
18, sir.
You're 18 years old. What do you do for a living?
I used to work. Right now, I go
Where do you go to school?
to my daily school, sir.
Where do you go to school?
MacArthur High School, sir.
Okay. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer today, Mr. Flores, but no smoking weed, no possession of weapons. I'm telling you now, I'm going to be all over it. So if I find that you're violating any of these conditions, there's only one place you're going to go. You'll be doing school with me and back. Do you understand? All right. I need you to fill out an application for me. Or hold on a second. I've got one. I already got one. So what we'll do now is I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box while we have you meet with a lawyer and meet with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and then we'll get you here shortly. Come on,
Right this way. Judge Random UAs.
please.
Go ahead and sign for Lisa.
And Judge, I'm Kenzie Watson. I'm the new
So is it Kenzie?
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie. All right. So Mackenzie, so on stuff where people are going to be monitored
Right.
for drugs, alcohol, we'll have Felicia do the bond condition with the pretrial. For stuff where they're not going to be monitored, so for like like if we had someone else, just no weapons, I'm going to ask you to file. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, you said your last name was what?
Watson.
Watson. Give me a second. Alex, are there any co-defendants in this case with Flores?
Let me check, Your Honor.
And then what time of day or night was this as well? Is he out in the middle of the night?
So it was looks like so it was at 10 p.m. So it was at night, Your Honor. And then there are no co-defendants on this case.
Juvenile history?
No, Your Honor.
I think we're good then. All right.
All right, Judge, next is page 14. That's him, Sophia.
Good morning, Ms. Lepsim. Ma'am, you were charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On December 28th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a target in regard to a theft in progress. The officer made contact with the complainant, the loss prevention officer, who stated the defendant entered the store, grabbed some Advil, went to the beauty department, put 2 lip glosses on top of the cart, made her way to a different aisle, picked out 5 air wicks, placed 4 of those air wicks in her purse, and grabbed 7 candles. The loss prevention officer further stated the defendant placed a bag over the candles to conceal them, went to grab eggs and hangers, and the complainant only paid for the eggs and hangers and the Advil at self-checkout. And the complainant observed the defendant pass points of sale without purchasing the other items concealed. The total was $188.83.
Got it. All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go to any target. If you violate this condition, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand? What do you do for a living, ma'am? What kind of money do you make a month? Do you have any children? No. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am? I'll have you fill out an application. I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you. I mean, you have to meet the federal poverty guideline to be given a court-appointed lawyer. So I need to know everything about you, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, how much money you have in the bank, stuff of this nature, and then I'll take a look whether you qualify. All right? Please. So Alex, if you can file, no going to target, please.
Sorry, just that particular target or all target? Yes.
I'm doing it right now.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah, I couldn't hear her at all, so maybe I don't know if the mic's turned on out there.
All right, Judge, next is page 19. Ridley, come on up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mama, hopefully we'll see Tristan today, Mama. Hopefully, the judge said give it a week, so I don't know if it's going to be next Friday or if it's going to be today, so we'll see.
Good morning, Mr. Ridley. Sir, you are charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On December 29th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance and a weapon at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant standing in front of the complainant's vehicle, preventing her from driving away. The officer made contact with the complainant, who stated she and the defendant have been in a dating relationship for about 2 years, and the complainant stated she and the defendant got into an argument in his residence after he mentioned something about her children. The complainant stated she decided to leave and got in her vehicle, where she stated the defendant wanted his belongings out of her car, and the defendant had placed some of the groceries she bought on her car at some point. They were arguing and attempted to break her driver's side window. The complainant stated she rolled down her window to prevent the defendant from breaking her window. and that the defendant reached into her vehicle and struck her in the left side of her face with a closed fist while she was sitting in the driver's seat. The complainant stated the defendant hit her in the left side of her face several times and that she felt pain.
I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Mr. Ridley, I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm ordering you not to have contact with this person. Do you understand? I will protect every person in my county. If I find that you violate any of these conditions, you become a danger to anyone else, I'm going to lock you up. Do you understand? A protective order has been issued in this case. I would get to know it. If you do something to violate this protective order, like go to the protected individual's house, have any contact with her. If you're in possession of a weapon, the state can and probably will file a violation of protective order against you. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. Do you understand? So get to know it and don't smoke any dope. Don't use any alcohol. How old are you? What do you do for a living?
I go to school as of right now.
Where do you go to school?
I was going to Summer Creek High School. My friend enrolled in Houston Kansas Academy.
So what are you doing now? Are you doing nothing with your life?
No, I go to school, but
No. Are you actively enrolled in school? Yes or no?
actively, no, not right now, but
So that's what's going to happen now. I'm going to provide you a lawyer. You must either get in school full-time or get a job full-time as part of your bond conditions as well. Do you understand?
not the reason I understand, but the reason I ain't in school, right?
Don't matter. When you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. We need you to do something with your life so that you become something of yourself and with yourself, because you turn 40, 50 years old and you ain't got some kind of education or some kind of trade or some kind of working knowledge, you're going to end up on the street, no money. And this life sucks without money. Do you understand? If you don't believe me, go look in the jails. If you can provide him a lawyer, same thing. Hold on, not done. We'll set out 2 weeks, see where we go on, and then no dope, no alcohol. All the jazz and no weapons. All right, come on.
Go ahead and sign for your receipt. All right, Judge, next is page 20. Sanford, come on up. Go ahead, have the signature box on it.
You were Jessica Sanford. Ms. Sanford, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Judge. On September 29th, 2023, officer was dispatched to a disturbance call in Harris County, Texas, and met with the complainant, who stated he asked the defendant to leave his apartment multiple times, but she would not comply. The complainant had video footage of the defendant refusing to leave and mentioning something about darkness inside of him. And the complainant and the defendant were in a relationship, but the complainant had ended things earlier that day. The defendant locked the complainant out of his apartment, and the complainant showed officers an injury on the back of his neck that appeared to be nail scratches. The defendant barricaded herself in the apartment, refusing to leave. So in this case, Your Honor, the injury caused by the defendant, according to the complainant, would be the nail scratches on the back of his neck that he showed the
You
officer.
say you never told me that an officer said this, that he told this to an officer?
Complainant just showed an officer an injury on the back of his neck that appeared to be nail scratches. Let me read the full DIMS, Your Honor, and see if he mentioned something else.
We don't work on hunches.
Yes, Judge.
I never heard anything that don't, please.
So the full DIMS reads that the complainant advised of an injury he had on the back of his neck area that appeared to be nail scratches done by the defendant with their hands, causing the complainant to feel pain.
That's
Yes, Judge. And I apologize for.
okay. I just want to make sure that we're
Yes, Judge.
in the up and up. Ms. Sanford, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do we know whether he wants to have contact with her or not? I know that you want to talk. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever you say, they're going to use it against you. Now's not the time. You will have the opportunity to fight. I promise.
I don't want to fight, sir.
Okay, don't say anything. I know, please. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever you say, they're going to use it against you. Just don't.
We've attempted, but we're unable to get a hold of her at this time.
Okay, so tell me, Miss Sanford, are you working at this time? I only want to know, are you working?
I haven't been able to because since I've been arrested, like
Stop.
I haven't been able to get any of
I
my
will provide you a
belongings.
lawyer today. I don't want you to say anything. I'm going to give you a lawyer. You can tell your side to the lawyer. Lawyers can talk to the DAs for you. But I've got so many people here. I mean, all these people will be witness to whatever you say, and they'll use it against you to prove guilt, okay? So just hang tight. Give me 20 minutes. I'll give you a lawyer, and you can tell your side to the lawyer, okay? I want you to understand, though, I don't want you to have contact with this person because I don't know if they want to have contact with you. They've been unable to reach him. Until that we know that she or he wants to have contact with you, don't. Trust me, I'm trying to help you, okay? I promise. We're not here to do anything bad. I'm going to help you as much as I can, okay? But I need you to be patient with me, all right? Rome wasn't built in a day. Just be a little patient. Let me get you a lawyer and you can tell your side to the lawyer, okay? Stop, please. All right, so what I'm going to have you do now, I'll have you sign a reset. Just take a seat in the jury box. Let me find you someone here momentarily, okay? Do you have any tissues?
Just have paper towels.
Well, no contact, no weapons for us, Judge.
All right, Judge, next is page 20. Segundo. Come on up.
Thank you, Stephen. Hi. Are you with Mr. Segundo? And you filed an attorney of record?
His attorney of record is Nicholas Hale. It should
Okay.
be filed today, and I'm going to bring this setting as this is.
Got it. Okay. Morning, Mr. Segundo. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On December 30th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a possible DWI at North South Houston Tollway in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with a witness who stated he observed the defendant's motor vehicle fail to drive in a single lane, driving on the improved shoulder and striking the right barrier wall. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle change from lanes 2 to 3 without a signal, signaled the lane change from 3 to 2, and then failed to signal a lane change when going back from 3 to 2. The traffic stop was then initiated and the defendant's motor vehicle pulled over at a high rate of speed, nearly striking the barrier wall. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle, and the officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, an unstable gait as the defendant walked, and red glassy eyes. The defendant stated he was driving home from being at a party. He had consumed 3 Bud Light beers and 2 vodka mixed drinks 2 hours prior to the traffic stop. The officer administered standard field sobriety tests, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, one leg stand 2 out of 4. The defendant read the DIC and refused to provide a sample. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Just Segundo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, sir? Any private WIs?
No, Your Honor. And license eligible.
Okay, as long as you have a valid Texas driver license and a liability insurance, you can continue to drive. Just be careful. It may become suspended. If it does, you can't drive. You've got a lawyer. Because you do, I'll waive your appearance, but you got to stay in touch with them. They'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you, I will revoke the bond. So just stay in contact. Don't pick up any new cases and don't use. Questions? All right, man. Good luck. Thank you.
I didn't see what Judge, that was the last one.
Great.
Could you probably?
Do you have any THAs?
Yes, Judge. Ready for those?
Yeah.
All
Come
right, first one is Page 1, Ayala, come on up.
Do you need me?
Yes,
Okay. Let me just talk to him and then I'll bring it in. Come up, Mr. Ayala. Good morning, sir. Do you have a lawyer today? What are you doing about that?
Can't afford a lawyer.
Did you even look for a lawyer?
Yeah, I talked to somebody and I was trying to like come up with the money.
How many lawyers did you talk to?
Like 3 of them.
That may not be enough. Sometimes you got to look 10, 15. You know, what do you do for a living?
Paper.
How much money do you make a month, did you say? How much?
500 a week.
I'll have you fill out an application. Let me take a look at how much money you make, and then I'll see whether you qualify. But I'm telling you now, you got to meet the federal poverty guideline, and I don't know if you do. So I need to know everything about you. Be honest, because it's an affidavit that you're filling out.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind giving an affidavit? It should be right there, please.
All right, Judge, next is page.
Oh, hold on, Vic. Let me just talk to him real quick. Yeah, of course. Come on. Good morning, sir.
Your Honor.
Hi.
Your Honor, I have Israel Barrena Vasquez.
Okay.
He's a DWI judge. I have applied for the PTI and submitted a mitigation package, Judge. He took the TRAS, Judge, and it's come back. And he's already paid the
Restitution.
DWI fee. He hadn't paid the restitution because he thought that's what that was. So if I can get him to pay that, and then he'll reconsider the PTI at that point. Judge.
So it's old. It's 191 days old. I mean, a week. Can you pay it within a week?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll set you off a week, assuming he's got it paid. We'll come back and then, I mean, it's still on hold, right?
Still on hold. They're still not yet approved, but there's no sign that they've rejected it. So they're still looking at it.
No. The program in general. Like, weren't you guys gonna have a meeting? Right?
Well, they've enabled PTIs again, and as of now, currently our deputy chief is evaluating them. So they're currently evaluating for PTIs now. It's back going again. So.
Okay. Vic, did you hear that? PTIs are rolling. They're back.
Oh, what?
Top of page 2. So he still has to pay the restitution before. He's not paid the restitution yet. So I was gonna give him a week to pay. Okay, so we'll give you a week.
Yes, sir.
He's
I
got-
have an offer if he doesn't get it done, so we'll get this off of your doctor, Judge.
Sure, okay, I got you.
Hey, since we're doing live court, we don't know how much we're gonna have to pause and stuff, and so we're just not gonna pause. We're gonna try to mainly just talk whenever there's nothing going on, like here, or when there's a chair watch. Now, because we did it live, we're never gonna have a chair watch today, so that's my luck.
That's a good idea. I mean, you know, it gets boring. Chair watch, baby.
Yep.
What's up, everybody? Just waltzing
Okay,
in.
you ready for the next CHA?
Yes.
All right, it's gonna be page 12. Johnson, come on up.
Good morning, Ms. Johnson. Do you have a lawyer today? Tell me what you're doing about that. You need a lawyer, 100%. You may have had one for magistration, meaning when you first were arrested, but that doesn't carry with you to the end. What do you do for a living, man? What kind of money you make a month? Or let's do this. I'll have you fill out an application. I'll see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have coming in, how much money you have going out, how many kids you have, and then I'll see whether you qualify. Okay? All right, you mind? All right.
All right, Judge, next is page 13. Jones, come on up. Go ahead and sign.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. Do you have a lawyer today? Tell me what you're doing about that. What are you doing about that?
Trying to find one.
How old are you?
17.
You're 17.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what you're doing with yourself these days, Mr. Jones.
I'm trying to get a job.
Did you graduate from high school? Oh, this is no good. We're going to work on that. I'm going to give you a lawyer today, Mr. Jones. And I'm now sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and you're to come back. If you fail the test, take the test. If you fail to come back, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. This is no good. You're not working. You're not going to school. You're 17. This is not a good way to start life, man. So I'm sending him for a test now, and then we'll have him come back, and then I'll give him a lawyer. All right, take a seat for me.
Judge, the state would request that we call Miss Johnson back up to amend bond conditions due to a call that we've done.
Sure. Come up, ma'am. So let's start. I don't remember anything about the case. So if you don't mind me reading what happened, please.
So, you wanna?
Oh, so for this case, the officer was dispatched to a disturbance in Harris County, Texas, where the complainant and the witness stated the defendant had been texting and posting on Instagram about wanting to fight the complainant. The complainant and the defendant were inside an apartment when the fight began. The witness stated she observed the defendant to have a small sharp blade in between her knuckles when hitting the complainant. The defendant punched the complainant in the face, causing lacerations and pain, and the defendant told officers that the complainant believed that the defendant was with the complainant's ex-boyfriend, which is what started the fight.
Fight, and there's a blade, and we just.
We are going to get this case re-indicted most likely because she was also pregnant at the time.
Yes, Judge.
And,
Okay, what do you want?
I'm just requesting that for the time being, the bond conditions be amended to no contact with her mother, Crystal Williams, due to the complainant notifying me that she has been going near the mother's residence and also threatening her mother.
Who's the complaining witness in this case?
The complainant is Demiracle Williams, Judge.
Okay. And does she live with mom?
She does not live with mom. They live at different residences.
Because I really don't know if I can, you know what I mean?
I understand.
So have her call the cops
Okay.
if she's in fear, you know, if she has anything of this nature, but I can't, on the complaining witness, okay, but on just an average other person, I don't think I can, you know?
Understood.
But like I said, if she's ever in fear, if she has any issues, tell her to call, 911, call the cops, and then they can take it further from there.
Thank you, Judge.
Be careful. I'm going to protect my community at all costs, Ms. Johnson. Do you understand? All costs. Take a seat for me. What conditions
That's
do we
Bill
have
for
now?
you.
Just no contact with the complaining witness?
So as of now, we have.
No contact, no firearms, Judge.
Thank you, Rivette. Thank you, Junebug.
Try the rip again. See if there have been any further, issues and who do they live with? So,
Yes, Judge.
But, all right, Vic, you ready?
Judge, that was a last.
Wow, really? Nice.
My voice might go.
Rodriguez, Vicente?
Yes, Bobby, I'm Bill's security. More so a manager, basically. Just kidding. I made it to a TV. I'm basically famous now.
Jones, Gerard?
My accent, yeah, I'm from Europe. I'm from the Netherlands, so yeah, sounds a little different. I wish I had Bill's hair though. You know, he has a way better haircut than me. Can't help it. That's true, Michael. Howdy. Howdy, partner.
Hey, let me know when you're ready.
All right.
So,
Segundo, Mario?
Council for reset.
hey, when do you want me to come? Are you there? Hello? Yeah.
Hello?
You don't have any arraignments?
Goodness.
Okay. Okay, I guess just let me know and text me and I'll run over there. Okay, bye.
Sounds like he's leaving us. Don't go.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Hey, Mr. Stoll, what's up, bud?
I don't know if I told you this the other week. I was at Flores for and a mutual friend that was at the.
Hey, Sammy.
He showed me the video. And he's also a lawyer, but he does bankruptcy and some other stuff.
Who is it?
A friend of mine's husband. He does more business related issues, and he's licensed out in New York and Texas, but most of his stuff is like corporate stuff out in New York.
I don't know.
No. I told him I was gonna have him come when I got like a really fun case to come.
Yeah.
Come do the probable cause here. But he was like, hey, so I got his tickets fan. He's like,
There he is.
So what's going on now?
How are you, Michael?
Right now, nothing much. I think he's about to leave us again.
Let's go. Let's.
See?
So y'all let me know in the comments. Do y'all want to? Y'all let me know if during these breaks if y'all want to go to another court or if y'all want to stay here with this one.
Just have us be your entertainment for today.
Yeah, there's no chance of that.
No? Can't you sing us a song or something? Come on.
No, not gonna happen at all.
It could be American chords with the D, you know? American chords and then singing.
That's a good one. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah? Hey. You can go all kinds of ways with the channel.
Angela, you didn't offend anybody. Nobody's offended at all. So yeah, look, this is an adult audience, and in the end, people need to allow other people to have opinions without getting their feelings hurt. So, and if it's something that maybe hurts your feelings, maybe that person doesn't understand your life experiences, and maybe that person isn't trying to. I don't know anything of it. I've been distracted, so I'm not referring to anybody in particular. I'm just jumping in and running my mouth.
Someone asked me about my accent, but yeah, it's from the Netherlands. I'm from
Yeah,
Europe. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't like it either. So.
Just, you know, the more I talk, the more it's supposed to go away, right? But it's still there. So yeah.
And it does, because I think the first couple times I talked with you, I couldn't understand much of anything. I couldn't understand much. Yeah, so and now me and you can have conversations and I can understand almost everything. So.
That's good to know. Actually, that's nice.
Yeah. It does help. Hold on a second. I'm trying to run through all these comments.
Many.
Donald, I think something was misunderstood with Kay. I don't know what it was, but it was misunderstood. But in the end, you've got to you run your world. She can run hers. If she got offended and ran off, she'll come back or she'll find another channel. I believe there's another court channel that's working today, and so she'll be just fine.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm actually getting compliments. See, it's because you keep being mean to me, you know. So
You talking about compliments on your accent?
yeah.
Oh no.
Didn't see it. That's so nice.
No, that's just Nan twisting everybody's arm, making them say nice things.
No. I see saffron. I see. Well, let me see. I see Cassie. Thank you so much. Nancy wants you to sing.
Nope. That's never gonna happen.
I mean, she sang for you, so.
Yeah. So you know what? I believe Stephen can find another court to go to.
Wait, what? Is he gone?
I don't know. There's a female deputy walking around.
Oh, yeah, I've seen her. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, Kane is saying it's not that her accent goes away; it's that your brain adapts to it to understand. Absolutely. Debbie Cook likes your accent. Brad likes your accent.
Thank you.
And the judge is back. So let's see where we go.
Hey, good timing. Thank you, Nan. That's so sweet.
All right, I'll go and throw out a public service announcement. This is not associated with the court in any way. This is me doing me and me doing me. So we're not going to, this is not associated with the court. And thank you, Terry Ham, for gifting some memberships. Thank you so much. Gifted
Sweet,
10.
thank you, Terry.
Thank you so much. It looked like Junebug did earlier too, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He did.
Thank you, Junebug. I was distracted. I get distracted by work, and sometimes I miss some of those things. You know, I greatly appreciate it. It's awesome to help out the channel, but we really just want you guys. We really just want you guys watching. That's the most important part. Is that people come and participate. You know, give us feedback. Let us know what we can do better.
Yeah, and we started this unlisted, you know, just for our enjoyment, not for popularity or anything like that. It's just for us to enjoy it, really, on YouTube. So you can still watch on your TV, press pause if you want, you know.
And Mama, don't worry about that. Don't worry about what, you know, gifting memberships. Just come and hang out on the channel. Just come and hang out.
We don't need to.
So I find that during the daytime the internet stream is so much better. So that works out great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's probably just more people on in the evenings, and you got to share it.
Yeah, thank you, Mama.
So, yeah, I
Oh yeah, Allie's there. She's just itching to post a PSA, and I was like, "Don't you do it? Don't you do it?
Don't you dare! We don't do that anymore."
Yeah, and we stopped putting PSAs out there because some people are intimidated by it. Some people think that it's wrench heavy, and you know that. And we just decided we'd pull back and see if the likes are affected by it. See if anything's affected by it, and it's not. I still get my dislike every stream, so that's all that matters. Nan, no, I am at home. Got done doing payroll a little bit ago, and things are kind of slow right now. Things are kind of peaceful right now, and so we're going to do this. Oh, shoot. Allie still threw a PSA out there.
Yeah, she's having so much fun with herself.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And so with this not being Judge Fleischer's stream, with this not being court related, I'm going to delete anything and everything that I find disrespectful. I'm not following his rules. I'm following my rules and following my conscience on it. I'm not working towards what I feel he's trying to do. I'm working towards what I'm trying to do. And that's a little different because Judge Fleischer was pretty direct about what he wanted, and all of the mods there tried to work towards that. And so. Oh, absolutely, Brad. Brad, that's kind of an inside joke because every stream I get a dislike, and I think it's from the same person. So I call that my super fan. And so I almost wait for it, and if I don't get it, I almost check in on her to make sure that she's still okay.
I mean, it's still support.
Absolutely.
She's still giving you views, you know, every time.
Thank you, Nancy, so much.
Oh, thank you, Nancy. That's so sweet.
Yeah, and Marty, about the dislikes are still good for your view counts. Absolutely, it doesn't matter to me. I've never seen a like or dislike put any money in my bank account, so I've never worried about likes or dislikes. I'm more worried about just creating content and learning more about the process.
Totally random, but do you still see the dislikes? Like, I don't see them, I think.
No, because I'm doing the stream, it throws a big thumbs down across my whole screen. It gives me it gives me a big one. It doesn't show me the thumbs up, but the thumbs down, it absorbs the whole screen. I guess it's to let you know, like if a streamer is doing something and they need that instant feedback.
Yeah.
Or there's a setting I just don't even know I can change.
And YouTube being very direct.
Yeah. Well, YouTube is supposed to change they're supposed to change instead of dislikes. It's supposed to be a don't show me as much of this button instead.
Hi, Judge. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm here, Ms. Shaniqua Smith, Judge.
Okay.
I the court with an update on it. We have everything submitted for the
That would be
DWI PTI program. However, Ms. Smith attempted to get the interlock device on her vehicle, but she has an electric vehicle, so she was told that it would not be able to get placed on her car. So Attorney Carter has been communicating with Beetle to try to figure out what we need to do then.
He's no longer here, so.
We haven't heard back from him, so that's why.
Yeah, he's not with the office anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Alex, do you have any idea what they do with electric vehicles?
So we do have information that she was approved for the DWI program. And then they emailed a procedure to follow. So presumably if she still follows the procedure outlined in the email sent from Beetle prior to his departure, then.
Well, the issue isn't necessarily the procedure. It's what do we do when we can't get the interlock device installed on the vehicle, which is part of the procedure based on her having an electric car.
Does she have another vehicle?
No, Judge. And I know she has to drive, so she can't do the portable because then she'll have to sign the affidavit, which would say she's sworn to not be able to drive.
So in that case, it would probably be best to reach out to Brenda Gomez or Bernadette Habe, who's in charge of right now the DWIs.
Hold on a second. Let's do that, and then. Your client has bond violations too. Do you know that?
No, Judge, that I did not know.
Shanika Smith, come up.
And it doesn't say that the concerned about my client.
I'm printing this out for you.
Judge.
Who is the other one? Gomez, and who is the other one, Alex?
Bernadette Habe. I can.
Oh, Bernadette, she's Miss Habe. She's the one in charge of everything, right?
Yeah, she's the one overseeing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go talk to her, but she's got bond violations. Yeah, you guys go figure out, but you've got bond violations, man. I don't know what we're gonna do now. Okay, please.
Thank you, I'll step aside, thank you.
Hey, somebody out there that's smart out there, create an interlock device for electric cars. I can't think to believe everybody with Teslas don't need an interlock device.
Hey, what's up?
That's strange.
Just want to let you know, I'm actually going to be the new DV prosecutor for here.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Prosecutor.
Oh, you Judge?
It's been a while, right?
It has been, yeah. Yeah.
Where you been?
I was just in court for, since I was interning, I went back to school, finished up, and then came here as a post-bar. And then I've been in court for the entire time, and I just got moved into DV.
Okay, so are you gonna be just with us? It's 2 courts though, right?
It's 2 courts, so I'm in 5 and 7, so I'll be on the floor. So,
Thanks.
and I guess ERD whenever that happens, but somebody should be just covering me when I'm over there. But yeah, so I'll let you know.
Thanks.
Hey, Lindsay, I think you got a point, but I think almost everything starts to fire on electric vehicles. So Junebug, I'll address that. I actually watched a video where a guy had his Tesla doing the a valet mode, and it ran a stop sign, and they actually gave the driver a notice, but there was no money fine to it, and the police officer said that they simply don't know what the rules are, but it ran a stop sign and it got a ticket.
Yeah. I would expect them to still get a fine. Like they're still the ones pressing the button, right? Still pressing.
No, but you have to be the operator.
Yeah, okay, but you're the one that turned it on, right? It didn't turn itself on, did it? So I don't know. It's I still think when it drives itself, you should still be able to watch what you're doing and stuff. But
Yeah.
you know. So, Bill, are we still on for tonight? Asks Nancy.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice.
So, Allie, I was talking with somebody about Texas, and it seems like Texas doesn't know there's a recession. I drove through Texas a few months ago, and you saw some of those Tesla trucks out in the middle of fields, and I couldn't think for the life of me that you'd want to put a truck that's that expensive out in the middle of a crop field.
Where are y'all going? Really? To YouTube.
She didn't just I said she prepared the pizza, so she just okay, then maybe she doesn't have to start with that. But she's on the trial right now, right? I'm the board supervisor serving that. Whenever they're preparing to go on to PTI, they have to get scrutinised done to be for that. So I believe one of those.
So that attorney, that female attorney that was with her, she must be a private attorney because I've never seen her, right?
Yeah, I've never seen her either, I think.
It seems like I've seen that defendant before. Wasn't that defendant there before? Couldn't get it because she had an electric car?
I don't remember, to be honest. Must be a while back. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Could very well be.
Would you like me to ask Ms. Smith to come up again?
Yeah, I think she had violations before because she couldn't get it.
And I
She couldn't
spoke
get
to
it done
Bill, and
because
I didn't realize he had already had a conversation with her judge. And I will.
Okay.
I did speak to Wilvin Carter, and he advised that he had spoken to Ms. Smith as well regarding the possibility of this being the result. He and I spoke to her again just a moment ago. We were out there on call, and at this time, Judge, Ms. Smith, that we were going to have her speak on her own behalf, Judge. So I think it's important for her to take ownership for what this report shows.
I don't care. I'm putting an ankle monitor on you now. If you ever test positive for alcohol again, I'm going to put you in jail. That's it. No means no. Doesn't mean it's the holidays. Doesn't mean I have a birthday. A court order is a court order. And when you don't follow court orders, there's only one place that we have you go. There's no tolerance anymore. And I don't care what you come up here and say, whether it's mouthwash, a tequila lollipop, hair dye, I don't care. And I don't care who you're with. A second violation. Do you understand? Today you will get an ankle monitor, and I'm going to tell you now, it is extremely finicky. So best beware of anything that you put in your body. Okay, no more. That's it. Okay. As far as the other, I don't know. What I would suggest is, email if you can now, Brenda Gomez, and see how we handle it, because I don't know. All I know is that this case is nearly 200 days old, and now we have violations, and I'm ready to put this thing to bed. I'm not going to hold it anymore.
Yes,
So,
Judge, understood.
I'll give you guys to the end of the week, figure out what we need to do.
Okay.
But you're walking a very, very thin line. Do you understand? All right. So, Felicia, if we can amend it to put it on today, please. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
Can I get contact information for who you said I need to speak with? I want to make sure I have the email.
Yeah, so
I can just take a quick
the person
photo.
looking at it is going to be Bernadette Havey. So
May I just-
yeah, you can just,
Okay, I'll make it easier though.
yeah. And the other person, do you have Brenda Gomez's contact information?
Just make sure I have it.
I don't know if you got this email before, because it has it on there.
Okay, just so I can double check. I'd rather do this
good
now
idea.
than not have it later
Yeah,
if I
no
walk
problem.
off.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Judge.
Take care.
It probably will, Kane. Happens a lot.
Oh, and Cassie, on YouTube, I can see the new profile picture. YouTube, it takes a little while for YouTube to communicate that over to the software program, and sometimes I've seen it take up to a day or so. But it'll change up though soon.
Good morning, Gina.
Yep. Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Sassy Kisses.
Sassy.
Yeah.
That's a good name.
Yes. Okay.
Must say, it's kind of weird being live with Judge Fleischer live. Kind of feels like he's staring at you in a way.
It does, and like Micah was always big about not being respectful whenever the court's in session.
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to speak out of place in there, interrupt the
I
court.
know. He's gonna tell me this ain't the club, Put me in the box.
Yeah, he had a funny one. I think it was on Friday where he got onto somebody for wearing a hat or something.
Oh yeah, that's not nice. You can't do that. No shorts, no hats.
Got my daily affirmation from Gina. That's my buddy there.
That's so nice, Gina. It's sweet of you. I'm not that positive in the morning. I wish, Very nice. Hey, Amanda. Mrs. Panda.
Yeah.
I know, right?
We're gonna pull it. Yeah. Yep. You ready?
Yes, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, Judge, I was telling Judge Carter that I can feel my face again now. Defrosting. It's a little
Yeah,
cold.
it's
And unfortunately for me, my ears stick out further than anybody else's in the room, so walk toward it.
right.
But I'm here on the Imam case this morning, Judge. I am a
Cuss here, Mom.
So she's here in court.
Okay.
And so on bond, this is a case that I inherited about 3 weeks ago. And your instruction was put a screening device on her. She's had no issues. And, but we needed to figure out kind of.
Yeah,
Okay, she was on PTI. The chatting with the state about what I think would be an appropriate resolution to the case. They're not quite there. And so we'd like to get a trial date. I've also talked to them about, I think, what are some legal issues involved in the case that deal with the way a search warrant was obtained.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, if you want to set it for trial, go ahead.
I just don't know what kind of dates you have.
February.
February.
Like mid to late February.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what.
Whatever Tuesday you want.
So I'll get a date. Thank you, Judge. Thank
So
you,
Judge, the trial dates in February are the 25th. Would be the next one would be the 25th.
That would work for us.
Okay, done.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ramona. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yay, Ramona. That's a good lawyer, actually. Saw him a couple times, but I do like him.
Yeah, I've seen him a bunch of times. I didn't know how to take him sometimes because, the country voice can sometimes come off as, maybe being argumentative.
Yeah.
But in the end, I gotta pay better attention to stuff.
Yeah, he puts up a good fight for his clients, He's calling me again, see? Hello?
Council for reset.
So what did they do with that other lady? They just give her a ankle monitor?
Q.
I think so, yeah.
Hey, it's David Fleischer.
Thank you.
Hey, what's your email address? Because I keep getting it kicked back. Okay. That's what I thought, and it keeps getting kicked back. Let me see. I'm gonna try it again. Okay, so tell me. Let me see. Yeah, and then your last name at Gmail.
Yep, Lindsay, anytime you have them dash cameras, you want to always have a memory
let me
card on
see.
it. Because
Yeah,
if
undeliverable.
something, if you get in a horrible crash
Yep.
and everything goes
I don't know
to
what's
hell,
going on, but
it's good to have that.
Your email's not working.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Brad. I thought that was going to be the solution.
Okay,
And
thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Cold and rain, that's literally my entire year here. Cold and rain. That's very Dutch.
Hey, Mr. D.
Yes, sir, you want
I have a Miss Walter on the docket today. She has a bond violation. Is she here?
I think they transferred it to,
Did it go to EOD?
yeah, I think that's where it's at, Judge, because I left those. Yeah. Yeah, it's with my file on it.
Okay, I guess I'll just leave it with them.
And Gina, I'm always worried about
So,
or wondering about that. I
I'll
guess
let him
more than worried.
deal with it, and
I'm always wondering about it.
I'll,
How much of a budget does he have to
So
pay
what I'll do
for
is I'm gonna
people's
reply,
fees?
and then I'll add
How
Judge
does
Singer
that
to it,
how does
and
that
then
work?
You guys handle it however you want.
Doesn't really
Okay.
seem to run out, does it? He always does it, so.
Well, I know when he ran for judge, that was one of the things they ran
I'm
on.
gonna forward it.
One of the
But
things
yeah,
they
I
ran
guess
on,
if you wanna
and
send the
I
VDR to his
know with my
kid,
son's
yeah.
situation. I know with my son's situation, if his parents weren't able to help him, he would have been in a really bad spot. So I see it both ways. I think people need to be responsible for their own goofiness, but I also feel the need to, be able to help someone get out of the situation they got in if they're willing to work towards it.
Absolutely.
I think there should be a trade-off. I think there should be
Yeah.
a trade-off for community service. If the state waives a couple $1,000s worth of fines, you should put in some effort on community service to make up for it.
Yeah, I agree. Like with good behavior or something, just to waive the fees if the behavior is good, or something like that.
Council for reset?
Ali, I get what you're saying about that he doesn't have a budget, but someone has to pay, like the ankle monitors. That does cost money and someone has to pay it. That's normally done by a third party, not done by the court. And so, there may be a few court fees or a few other little fees that he can waive, but somebody's got to pay some of these fees. But I don't know. I have to find somebody who knows Judge Fleischer, and we'll have to get those answers.
She's here. I might see her.
It's a good question, actually.
Someone,
Makes
yes.
you wonder.
Someone, yes. This is currently going on right now. This is as live as it gets.
Yep. Good name too. Someone,
Yes.
Your Honor, here in a second, you're gonna have Mr. Webb, Mr. Rubio, and Mr. Gerard.
Webb.
In that order,
Okay.
for all for three.
Webb, Rubio, and Gerard.
So Junebug, the ankle monitor, we pay, I think it's either 100 or 110 a week, and we have to pay it on a weekly basis. It's $10 cheaper if you can go and get them to read it every week. but we have a base station at home that does it. It costs us $10 more a week, but it's a lot cheaper than the gas would cost to go drive to there. But they don't accept it on a monthly basis. They don't offer any discounts. It's 100 or 110 a week, every week. And if you don't pay it, it's considered
Lori
a
has all of them?
violation of probation.
All right. Good morning, gentlemen. All you guys have picked up criminal cases and you all have worked out agreements with the state and with defense to end up pleading guilty to these cases. You are Mr. Webb. Mr. Webb, you stand charged with the offense of criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Mr. Rubio, you stand charged with the offense of criminal trespass as well. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. And Mr. Gerard, you picked up a number of cases while you have been on bond. However, it looks like you have worked out an agreement. You have a total of 4 cases, and it looks like they are going to dismiss 3 of them in exchange for your plea on one of them, which is the theft, where you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You now have at least 2 on your record. So what happens on the next one? Right. Instead of days, you were looking at years. So no matter a pack of gum, pack of smokes, you could be looking at years in jail. Do you understand? All of you are giving up valuable rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record and you cannot take it off ever again. Is this what you guys want to do?
Yes, sir.
Is this what you want to do, Mr. Rubio?
Answer out loud.
Yes, I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to do this? Yes or no?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't do.
Not sure.
Do you know what's going on now?
Yeah, not really.
You were charged with a criminal offense. You've worked out a plea bargain agreement that you want to plead guilty to a criminal trespass. If you don't want to, you don't have to. We can do something else. If you need more help, we can give you time to get any kind of help that you need.
Okay.
What would you like to do, Mr. Rubio?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I've never been here before.
Okay, so let's give you a second. I'll have you talk to Lori. You guys can work out what you guys want to do.
Okay.
If you need more time, that's okay. Mr. Webb, is this what you want to do as well?
Yeah.
So-
I'm gonna start, plead guilty.
Plead guilty.
Yeah, so they've offered you 32 days in jail. We'll give you credit for the 32 days that you've done. So basically, it's a wash. You get out today, but understand from now on, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail.
Right.
How do you plead to the offense of criminal trespass, sir?
Guilty.
I'll find you guilty and I'm going to send it to you to the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Mr. Gerard, you've worked out an agreement. It's 5 days in jail, credit for the 5 that you've done. How do you plead to the offense, sir?
I'll plead guilty, sir.
Sir, I'll find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. If it's enhanced, it'll be abandoned. Mr. Rubio, if you want more time, we'll give you more time. You can come back and let us know what you want to do.
So just make me bigger.
Gentlemen, go ahead.
It paused everywhere, so.
Yeah, it's probably lagging.
Mr. Gerard, can
Yeah.
you please go? Go.
No,
So the reason they have all 3 of them up there is they were all 3 in custody and they were all 3 taking a plea, and so it's just a lesson in efficiency.
Yeah, let's hold on. We'll wait
Quick
to
and
see.
easy. I kind of like that when they do it.
Which
Makes
is
the
the
docket
theft
move
that we're
so
going
much
on?
faster.
Is it on Gerard? Is it 6'2"?
The deputy.
So Maria,
So 6-1 is being
Snoopy
dismissed.
is doing good. He's recovering. He's on really good medication, and he's just recovering. I don't really know what happened to him. I know he had surgery, and I know if you talk to him, he talks about how he had to have his head removed and put back on, and I can't really believe anything he's saying. But either way, he is getting better. He is recovering, and he is texting. So Snoopy's on the mend, and I'm sure he'll be annoying us soon.
It needs to be abandoned as well. If Webb is enhanced, it's got to be abandoned as well. I didn't see whether it was or not.
Yeah, the fella in the middle didn't look like he had his head all together, but I'll tell you one thing, Lindsay, most of the people that end up in these situations aren't known for making the best choices and are not the best decision makers.
Just a bit clueless, really, you know.
Anyway, so it's one person, she had bond violation, she made a communication, full statement in her log. And this was like from like last month or so, the beginning of last month.
What's the name?
Yeah, Snoopy had responded to me the other night. He had responded to me telling me that he was okay, and I asked him if it was all right if I shared that information, and he sent some gibberish, and so I didn't communicate it with everybody. And the next day, whenever he was sober, he communicated that it was the drugs messing with him, his medication for the pain. And so, but I really don't know what happened to him. I don't know what type of surgery he had. I'm certain they didn't remove his head and put it back on. I'm quite confident of that. I have a lot of faith in our medical system, but not that much.
It would be kind of cool though if he came out twice as intelligent, you know.
Yeah, so I'm going to pronounce it Khalees. I'm just going to assume that that's right, and I apologize if it's not. Most likely, a lot of those, they just give them time served and they send them on their way. And so
Well, because no
if
one
they do
signed
competency,
it's
it could keep him in
perpetually
jail
sitting
for
in the queue,
another
and I'm trying to
6 months
clean.
to a year just waiting on the competency. And so sometimes it's just easier just to give them that. I have a big problem with that because I don't think that sometimes I think it's goofy that you rack up all these charges being homeless. It kind of keeps you in a situation where you're never going to get out of the problem. But
Yeah.
I'm sure the court systems have just realized there's not really a lot they can do with it.
You know what I mean? Okay, so are they in there now?
Yes, they're in there now. I removed it from deleted and sent it back. But I think what
All right.
happened is, it was deleted that same day, but our office wasn't closed yet, and she hadn't made it to our office yet.
Okay, I've signed it now.
Okay, I'll leave it, and then I'll let my department know so they continue billing the device.
And then if they can process it so that it gets out as well. Thanks. Yeah.
Gerard said you wanted to abandon the enhancement.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have to.
He had two
Yeah.
enhancements. He had AFM and then the previous thefts, and that's what
Yes,
included. So you wanted them both.
both the minutes, yeah.
Did you want them to reduce the NCIC code as well? Because that was part of the plea with the previous conviction theft.
No, so I didn't realize that. Let me see.
That's why I wasn't sure.
Gerard,
sure
because
that would
normally
reduce the
I didn't,
class.
let me see, it is.
Because they abandoned the AFM,
6-2.
but I want to say that they pled true to the theft to keep the NCIC.
Stephen, you still have Gerard back there, right?
Yes, sir.
I need him one more time.
Lori's back there talking to Rubio. I'll let her
Please,
know.
because we just need to do the enhancement. So, yeah, I need Lori too, sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, so you kick the assault, but we need to keep the theft because that's what makes it.
Thank you, Maria. We'll make sure Snoopy gets the donut. Thank you.
I'm sorry, we have to do the enhancement. Just to the theft.
Hey,
because
John,
that's what makes
I
it
hope you're
the
doing better.
actual B.
Hope you're doing better today,
Sorry.
John. Every day it's going to get a little bit better, all right?
Hey, John. Nice to see you.
I'm here on Marvin Opute.
Okay, I see it.
I'm here, we're still pending a writ for restitution. I didn't realize that they're still reviewing packets for PTI, so we'll be submitting.
It's 190 days old. We got to get on it like really quick. How long is it going to take?
We can get a packet in within a week.
Done. And then do you guys know about the RIP? How many times you've attempted? It's on Opute, please. Yeah, because it's 190. It should have been, yeah. Tell me about the RIP, please.
We're still working on the writ, but we just understood this one as a wheel witness, not as the first direct involved in the crash. We can get that done right away.
Okay. I'm gonna set it off a week and then he's got to get the packet in. If it's not in by the week, I'm bringing here day after day until he gets it. Okay?
Sure.
Okay. Top of page 17. Thanks. Mr. D. Yes, sir.
Judge, I need your wisdom on a matter. I was just appointed to a Miss Jessica Sanford. Mrs. Sanford is the defendant. She was residing with the complaining witness in this case. She has a medical issue that involves where she's going to have surgery. She has some personal implants and stuff that's currently leaking, and without getting it medically taken care of, it could result in infection.
Come up, ma'am.
And I'm trying to get her keys and stuff so that she can have her ID for purpose of hospitalization.
Where is it?
It's with the complaining witness in the case. We have a no contact order. Well, we don't have a no contact. It's just no threat. And
No. I did no contact because well, the reason is because they've not been able to, speak to the complaining witness, and I don't know what the complaining witness's wishes are.
Yes, sir.
So until I know that they want to have contact with you, we do no contact. And I do that not just on your case, on every single person's case, because
correct.
I don't know what their wishes are. What if they don't want to have contact with you, right? So until I know, now, if you can make it easier for them to be able to get in contact, and the state can, and they find that it's okay, then I'm all game. But I have to know what their wishes are. So they're going to attempt.
I'm here for my help right now.
I get it, and I never want to do anything to prevent you from getting help. But remember, you can also try to use another friend.
I have nobody here in Texas. I'm not gonna let that have contact with anybody.
You can have contact with anyone you want.
When I was in the relationship with
I don't want to talk about the case.
I haven't been allowed.
My only concern is the wishes of the complaining witness. So I can have Alex go out there to try to call now, but if they're sleeping, they're at work, if they're not answering, it may take some time. Perhaps maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Do you mind?
I don't mind that. I just, if she has, does she have a number that we can? Okay.
Yes, I can provide.
So let's see that you guys get together, see what you can do. If you are able to make contact, see if she's okay with having contact, or we'll go from there. Okay.
I love that guy, man. 73 still going.
Hey,
I
guys,
wanna be
one more
like
thing.
at that age.
You guys filed 2 motions in limine on Perechu. Is this a trial case? And then have you spoken with the defense? Morgan,
approached me to put those in your queue Friday, but I don't think they approached me.
yeah,
I'm not sure.
I guess let me see, 254. 2544848.
I don't know,
Ricardo,
Gina.
this is your case.
That's not what I heard. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I may have missed it. I don't know.
No.
Well, it does happen. I didn't hear it either, but if it did, it's not strange. So,
yeah.
He's in custody.
She filed motions for 2 states motions in limine.
I think they're related to disclosures. I think they were filed at the same time as the disclosure.
Maybe it's done by mistake?
Possibly. I didn't give it much thought because it was just, I think we talked about it. It was just a disclosure issue. We're not.
I'm sorry, Panaka.
Is it true
That's just
or
our
untrue
luck.
that you had that prior theft? Okay, that's all we needed. Thanks. All right, so true to that enhancement. I don't have Morgan's number to call her.
She's in DVD.
She's in DVD now. I guess, you know what? I'll email her and I'm gonna attach you to it, and then.
I don't think it's a big issue.
Linus, how did your picture get so big?
I don't know. I looked away for 2 seconds and you made it bigger during that time. So
Your Honor.
probably
Happy New Year. How are you?
Happy New Year. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I didn't get moved to your floor, but I'll be
just
moved
can't sit still,
soon
huh?
from floor 11. So gonna get used to that. I'm a Mac appointed attorney, so.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, we'll look forward to having you.
Yeah. So I'm here, Your Honor. Looks like there's a bond violation report this morning on Kabir, Kaabir.
Is Kabir here?
No, and that's why I wanted to approach you, Your Honor. I'm gonna follow my floor here. I didn't for my client. I'm used pricing on floor 11. They pre-trial their text them their court date, so I kind of just assumed that he knew. I should have reached out. That's my fault. If we can.
Well, let me see. Hold on, because if he knew that he had to be here and he's not here, we're gonna have issues.
The violation was filed just this
It
morning.
was filed this morning, Your Honor, and it was for IID lockout, not he has scram as well. So
let's do this. I'm gonna put him on for Friday.
That's fine.
Got to be here Friday. If he fails to appear, then and then if you don't mind reaching out to him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I'll do that
Okay.
right now.
Thanks. Mr. Salinas, do you want me to print you out a copy of the bond violation report?
No, they emailed it to me this morning. Thank you.
Hey everybody, Allie had put up a link to the Discord. So if you want to go to the Discord, just go and check it out.
It's okay.
That's me saying in the flesh.
Okay, try to call it right now.
Hi, Lindsay. It's Lindsay.
I'm trying to find her Discord link to pin it. I guess that's the downfall of a chat that's running good.
I don't have that
No,
options.
yeah, Allie got it for us. Thank you, Allie. Is Victoria back to work today?
I have no idea.
Better take the hood off your head.
Probably, right?
It sounded like somebody else was calling people.
Yeah, but haven't heard her yet. No. Maybe she's off.
It's my favorite comment for the day right here. My favorite comment. I love you so much, Nancy.
That's not my name. Nancy, please. Everybody starts calling me Lions soon, you know?
Yeah. Hey, Lindsay. Good to have you here.
My head is pretty average, by the way.
Saffron, no, the judge is one of the two major political parties, and you can look all that up online. We don't do politics here, but no, the judge is definitely affiliated with one of the parties.
Libus. David might go.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Any issues?
No, I'm just like
Wonderful.
trying to, she's in the hot seat.
Ramona?
Okay. You put her to work. What's up? Ah, crap. Okay, I need to unsign it. I'll go. Yeah, please. Yeah, so that's what we were gonna put it on for Friday. He just told you, right? No?
No, you just said because it didn't come today.
We're on for Friday.
Oh my god. What have I started?
Whatever you started, I'm on. Whatever you started, I'm on Nancy's side.
Oh, what have I done? Lions, Lunas,
No,
Linus.
yeah, no saffron neutral isn't an option anymore. I hate that too, but that's just where we're at. And so we can all debate it and we can discuss it and all that, but we still got to be nice at the end of the day. And that's our country's gotten to a spot where that isn't as much fun. So.
Right, I think I got it all. Trey.
Hey, Carol, welcome to the show. So Linus, whenever you went there, did you see the bracelets that the judge has? And do you know the story behind the bracelets?
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them before. His kids made them for him. So one says dad, I believe, or daddy or something. So very cute, you know?
Okay. When you had a chance to go to the courtroom, you didn't ask him about them?
But no, I've asked him before I even went there, so I knew, you know? I knew his kids made them.
Take a look to make sure before I
I'm
sign
pretty
it.
sure it's on stream as well.
I don't know if you've seen the motions in learning. I want you to see it before I sign it. Please.
Thank you.
And Linus, did you see Courtroom Cat stream this morning?
No, because I was at work. I wish I could. I did see the preview, but you know, didn't have time, unfortunately.
This is like in anticipation of trial.
I keep missing
And I
him.
think that
The
this
last
case is
stream
gonna end
too.
up, like you said, ending up going the other way. So
Next
I
time
don't
I'll be
know
there.
why.
Which one, Rose? It happens a lot, actually. Oh, a lot. Frequently.
And it's funny because sometimes the kids will walk up in a really kind of rough time, you know, when he's getting into somebody pretty hard. And
Like last week with Alex, the little boy with the cocaine.
Yep. The little boy had
Language
the little boy had cocaine, or the defendant?
Did we call one yet or no?
The defendant. I
Okay.
mean, you know,
Sure.
unless Fleischer has
Great to
something
see you,
to
man.
tell
What's
us.
new?
I just want to let you know, Mr. Flores.
Where's Mr. Blunt? He picked up a new case. Do you want to stay on or do you want us to appoint someone else?
I'm okay staying on, but
Okay.
Prosecutor's judge, and I just want to run the bodies, they offer us time served for both of them.
Hey, Bracken.
One and the new.
On both.
And your already has 5 days credit for the assault and 7 days for the DWI.
I just want to let you know, get a review if you're okay with it.
Yeah. It's on both. So he now has an affirmative finding on the assault. He picks up another one, it's a felony. It's a DWI second, picks up another one, it's a felony. So it's out of our hands from now on, you know.
It's advice of counsel and I told him.
Okay. All right. Do it up, right up.
And how would you like that written if it's 5 days on one, 7 on the other?
However you want, no matter. Do you want me to make notations? Do you want to make DACA notations?
You know, for the longest time, I thought his court was chaotic. I just thought it was just disorganized. But then if you watch Judge Boyd long enough, you can see Judge Boyd, the lawyers are almost this disorderly as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost everybody's just fighting for their 5 minutes to get in front of them.
I actually think Fleischer has pretty decent control over that room, you know.
Yeah, but hurting.
Good morning, Mr. Reyes.
Good morning.
Mr. Reyes, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail. credit for the one day that you have served. You
Yes.
need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any cases like this that you pick up. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist because you now will be facing a minimum of 90 days. You get pulled over. The only thing an officer is looking at is your prior criminal history. If they see that you have a prior DWI, they come up to your car and you smell like alcohol, what do you think they're going to do?
Arrest me.
Right. I would never, even if you've had a drop of alcohol, get into a car because you're taking a humongous risk. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record and you can never take it off. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes,
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
I'll find you guilty. I'm going to send you to the 3 days in jail, give you credit for the one day that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Tell me about him, Robert.
Judge, he's a chef in a restaurant. He makes between $500 to $550 a week. His wife does not work, stays at home with the kids, 5 kids, 17, 2 twins, 15 years old apiece, 3 and 5 years old.
I'm asking you these questions because there is a $4,500 surcharge that you have to pay when you pick up a DWI and you plead to it with a breath test of this magnitude. Your lawyer is asking me to waive that fee. I will reluctantly do this, but I'm going to tell you now, you come back with another DWI, it is a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention court costs of around another $500. So you pick up another DWI, not only are you facing 90 days in jail, but another $65,000 to $7,000 in fines and fees. Do you understand?
Yes.
Don't come back or there's going to be you know what to pay. Good luck. Thanks, Robert.
Rico.
What was he pleading to? Was it a DWI?
I don't remember. Too busy.
Come on, Linus. You got a part to play in this.
I'm a terrible multitasker, you know? I gotta work on that.
When we're at trial. Right, so that's why I'm replying to her now, and I said, I remember talking to you about disclosure docs, but not about liminees.
Right, I haven't even seen how this relates to if we're going to trial or not.
That's why I'm gonna, if you want me to grant it, would you mind stopping by? So you're opposed?
To the motion in limine, yeah, I haven't even seen how the disclosures relates to, not even set for trial yet. I mean, I haven't even looked at it.
Hey, Judge, I'm still interested. Did you want to waive the court costs and fine as well?
Yeah.
Okay. And what
So
is
no, it's the
4,500
with whatever the court costs.
So waive it.
Hmm?
Got you.
You know how you do it sometimes, watching the chat, watching the stream. See, Lindsay agrees with me.
Is your name Keisha Lewis? Yes. Raise your hand. You solemnly swear to affirm all information on this agreement contract that you're going
Victoria! She made it to the bootleg. Nice to see you. But now I feel like we're breaking the rules, you know? And Victoria is watching us.
I was able to get contact. I tried 2 times though, so we'll try. I'll try again tomorrow morning. I'll look into it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. How long is the driver's license for, Judge?
90 days.
I've got my dog in the other room being mad that people are in their yard. I'm having to mute out a lot.
Hi, Josh.
Territorial.
How are you?
Actually young.
Okay. No, no. I mean, we've given her 3 resets just to get the stuff done. Yeah, no. I gotta say when, you know, at some point, she just doesn't want to. No.
Yes, sir.
So, and we already have one revocation, so now 5,002. Okay, thanks, Josh. Do you want to stay on or do you want to withdraw?
For now.
Okay, just whenever you want, just, I guess, let us know. And okay. Okay. Sorry. Hey, 7503. And this is the 3rd time. Did Josh take off already?
Yes, Mireya, this is live. It's just unofficial. It's not official, you know? I haven't had any messages yet from Victoria telling me off, so I'm pretty sure we're good.
Did you figure it out?
I just filed the liminees as like a precaution just to have them in the system in case we do go to trial. But the protective order was and I believe Ricardo's unopposed. That was the only thing we actually needed signed.
Right. And she did. I do have the document.
Want me to sign these or no?
No, not the motion to eliminate, the protective order is on.
All those have already been signed. the protective orders. So this, can I just,
You can just, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring that up at trial if we get.
Right.
yeah, okay,
Okay,
thanks.
All right, thank you, Judge.
It's unofficially official. Yeah.
So,
I thought Morgan left, but she's right there, so I guess not.
Yes. Hold on a second, because we added one answer, but he has. He's staying for the rest. He's the address, I'm not sure. Hold on.
Diva. Very cute. Yes. It's Diva. That's her name. She's a real diva, so it kind of fits. She's 17, deaf, but she's amazing. I think pets make any stream like better instantly, you know? It adds character to the stream, right? It's the sports, yeah.
Now before reset, go ahead. Yeah, so it's only this, it's enough.
Yeah, how about you? You, everything okay with the pipes though? I'm so paranoid now of that freeze that we had for like 3 days. I had like 5 busted pipes. So now I shut the water off at the main and I drain the house every single time. I'm never gonna do that again.
Yes, Miraya, he's always live on the court website. We're just doing it on YouTube because it's much easier and a better, watch experience from here.
Be
I mean, you can
careful, though,
still
'cause
watch
it's
him from the
obnoxious,
court site, the official way. But it will be here, right? Yeah.
Solar, perhaps. A generator,
That's
so
the
that when your
plan.
power does go out, you've got the generator and that works on natural gas. Not only that, but when you do run your power with the natural gas, it gets expensive too. It's not cheap. So I don't know. I remember when we had that big freeze for like 3 days, I lit my fireplace and we had the fireplace continually going for like 10 hours a day. When I got my gas bill, it's ridiculous. It was like $1,000 or something like crazy. I nearly hit the roof, and it was only for just a couple of days. So I figured, how are you going if you're running your entire house on natural gas?
I feel like I'm listening in on a private conversation right now.
Ray, were you ready for fun?
They got sent away. But they believe me, that's.
I can't believe he left me again. Can you believe this guy? Dude.
I just want to make sure that she's good. Does Maria get this?
I'll send it to him.
No, Willie. We need to check some boxes. I know this one too.
What's one way to quiet me down? To talk about degrees. Fahrenheit. Like, nope, can't relate. You and your feet and your Fahrenheit.
And then your present Judge Fleischer on probation.
I'll have to look at it later, Sammy. I'm terrible at multitasking, so I'll look at it later. Thank you.
Judge, good morning. Happy New
Hi,
Year.
Mr. Newley. How are you?
Yes, sir. Fine.
See you.
We have to play him out on the 12 months deferred.
Shh. What is,
12 months deferred.
what's the name?
His name is Mr. Arias, Arias Rangel.
Good morning, Mr. Arias Rangel. Sir, you were charged with theft. You were facing up to 6 months of jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 12-month deferred. That is a type of probation that if you successfully complete, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you cannot tell people it was dismissed. It was not dismissed. Shh. You merely took a probation and completed it successfully, and you don't end up with a conviction. Do you understand?
Yes.
You also need to understand that you give up many valuable rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty and once you accept this probation agreement, you were stuck with this until you complete it successfully, or if you get revoked. Now, I told you that the great thing about this probation is that if you complete it, you don't end up with a conviction, but you give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this agreement. If you violate this agreement, I can put you in jail for up to 180 days. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you pick up a new case, if you don't do any classes on time, if you do not do your community service, we will issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail, bring you back out. And if they prove to me that you violated it, you're looking at 180 days. Is this what you want to do?
The probation?
Correct.
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense of theft? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will not find you guilty now. I will withhold that for 12 months. To successfully complete this agreement, you must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. He's done a TRAS.
Yes, idiom, low risk.
Okay. As part of the agreement, you will do thinking for a change, an anti-theft class, do you know if he has children? Mr. Newley, does he have children? Do you know?
Yes.
Okay, instead of the community service, I think that a parenting class is probably better, you know?
Thank you.
I will make you a deal. If you do well, if you're nice to everybody, and you get your classes done on time, you don't test positive for drugs or alcohol, I will take you off in half the time. As a reward for doing well, I will take you off in 6 months. If you do great. Do you understand? Can you get this done?
Yes.
All right, sir. I wish you the best of luck. We will have you meet with our probation, and then you're free to go. All right, good luck. Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Just want to verify, even though it's a completed EDM, which is effective decision making, you wanted to do.
You know, I guess, yeah, do the EDM instead of thinking for change. You can roll. You can roll.
Okay.
Sure. No community service. That's just. Yeah. Yeah. And then that's it. Well, I mean, aside from the anti-tap, you guys still go. Okay. Hi.
How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Two on your docket today that I need to talk to you about. The first one is Jordan Stanford.
Okay,
Super old case, Judge. I believe at our last setting, state was gonna evaluate to see if they were gonna dump it since he has so many felony cases and things going on.
is he in jail?
Yes, sir. Not for this case.
Right.
I know the state just kind of needs to take a look at it to figure out what they want to do. If the court is open to setting it for trial now, or if the state needs.
Hey, Kelsey, can you take a look at Stanford, please? It's nearly 300 days. He's got a ton of other stuff. I don't think you've got the eval done yet.
No, eval's not been done, Judge.
Can we do a week and take a look at it and tell me what you guys want to do? We got to set it because he's got so much upstairs that's going to take 3 years to resolve, you know?
And this one is DVD, Your Honor, but I will.
Oh, is it? Then, yeah, if you don't mind asking.
Yes, sir.
Okay, who's your next one?
And then the other one, Judge, is Mr. Jashawn Harris.
Okay,
Judge, did you say 1 week on Stanton?
yeah. Is he in custody, Harris?
No,
No,
sir.
on bond?
I believe his appearance this week.
Okay. I mean, it's getting up there.
Yeah, and
By the next setting, we need to know what you,
And that's all I was gonna ask. I think the state is gonna eval it to see what they wanna do with it. I think we're at a point where it's either they'll drop it or we'll try it.
so he's not interested in PTI? You sure?
I'll talk to him one more time about it in this interim period
If he is, by the next setting, I'm giving you 30 days, but by then it's 185. So he's got to have the packet done in hand if he wants it.
Got it.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
I got it. Okay.
All right, Judge, and that's all I have.
All right, take care.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Yeah, come on up. Mr. Sims.
Judge, Mr. Galvan, Francisco Galvan, it looks like he checked in, but he's not here now. He's set for bond forfeiture today. He did let me know that he has an appointment to get his license situation cleared up.
No. We've had a lot of issues with Mr. Galvan. If he's not here, I'm revoking his bond.
Yes, Judge, we have a PTI offer where part of it is him clearing his license.
He's had that since October.
Yes, Judge.
We've revoked his bond multiple occasions, testing positive for all kinds of, no, if he's not here, I'm revoking his bond.
The only thing that was interesting is that he apparently at one point he checked in, but he's not here now.
He's got till the end of docket.
Yes, Judge, I'm not sure.
And then if he does come in, I'll text you.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
For sure.
That doesn't sound too promising.
Hey, I need to go to court 1. Harold, are you want to do this thing now, or you want me to? Okay, I'm gonna have her bring him out so we can get done because court 1's calling. Do you mind bringing out? You're ready on Blunt, right? Do you mind bringing out Blunt? I have to go to court 1. Yeah.
Hey, Aurora.
Has Nolly for Kathy
You need me to sign an ollie, Matt?
I don't know if you already have. I just
What's the last name?
Win NGUY.
I think I remember signing it.
Yeah.
Is it on docket today?
Yes, it is,
Let's
Judge.
I thought he was just saying he was leaving.
Friday. I just wanted to.
Yeah, to court 1.
I got it right here.
We
I
one
got
more
it.
thing, I
signed
guess.
it earlier.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Judge.
You want a copy?
I'll just get the clerk's
Okay.
website later. Thank you, Judge.
For sure.
Mr. Flores?
Aurora just looks warm and toasty in that outfit, don't she?
I know, that's a great picture, Aurora.
Yeah, she just looks warm.
Very comfy, too. Hey, Parrot.
So actually getting to watch this stuff on the bigger screen is odd. Like right here, this red, and I never saw that the picture was the back of someone's head.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever noticed before either.
Yeah.
Like, I see it now.
Maybe it's a new picture. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe you just never think about it, you know?
So I was thinking about, everybody's talking about, what they started watching in courts. And do you remember the Adelson trial, Wendy Adelson, Charlie Adelson and all that? Did you watch that?
Yes. The whole family, right?
Yeah,
Pretty
that
creepy.
I was just thinking about
Yeah.
that one the other day. And it's
They ran a dentist office, right? Something like that.
yes, yeah. Charlie, the brother, and the father, yeah, they run a dental office.
Yeah.
But the sister that was married to the college professor that got killed, she was also a
Yeah.
college professor.
Okay.
And I remember one time I was driving somewhere, and I think I was going somewhere in Georgia or something, and I just watched it for hours and hours because when she did her testimony, you could just tell that everything she said was lying, but she was playing it so well.
Yeah.
And so, but
Yeah,
that's what I like.
Wasn't it like the mom that orchestrated the whole thing or something like that?
They think so. Right, they think so. Right now, the mom's in trial, but she's elderly and sickly, and I don't know that she's going to make it through the trial. But
no.
But the sister, the one who, or the wife that is kind of in the middle of all this, she's just a lawyer and just playing it all up and just having a blast. Let's go back to court.
Yeah. Yep.
Mr. Blunt.
There we go.
Good morning. We finally got you. You could run. We're gonna get you at some point. It's the long arm of the law, as they say, Shh. What you need to understand, though, is that from now on, you and I will probably not be dealing with each other if this continues. You're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're also charged with assault of a family member. Both of those carry enhancement penalties, meaning that you're now will be facing on this assault. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning that you can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this. The other thing is that you can never pick up a case like this again. You do? Even so much as grabbing someone's arm and just squeezing to, even if it hurts, you're now looking at a third-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And if you've been to prison before, if you've got a third degree on your record, they can enhance that to a second degree. They can make it maybe to a 15 to life case. You got 2 pen trips, you could be looking at a 25 to life case. You pick up a serious felony. The thing that you have failed to understand yet is that perception is reality. And when you get in trouble, you got to understand, it's always gonna, you understand. You give up a lot of rights by entering into these agreements today. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, you're possible immigration consequence. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never take this off. The other thing that you also need to understand is that you're pleading guilty to this DWI second, a third DWI. You're looking at a felony DWI, and then it's 2 to 10 in the penitentiary, another third degree. You get into a car, you get pulled over. What do you think an officer's going to do? You think they're going to give you a hard time? Probably. So don't give them the ammunition to give you another headache. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated, second offense? How about the assault of a family member? You understand that there's affirmative finding. So another one of these, no matter how trivial it may be, you're looking at up to 10 years, huh? All right, I'll find you guilty on both cases. I'm gonna follow the agreement. It's 7 days in jail on one or on both cases. It will give you credit for the time that you've done. I am gonna suspend your license for a year on the DWI. Don't drive until you get a license. You will perpetually go back to jail until you get everything straightened out with regard to driving. If you don't have the registration, you don't have a license, eternally right back and forth, You understand? It's not easy to do things the right way. And you get rewarded when you do. Good luck. Thanks. Thanks, Harold.
Judge, on the second case, they said I was gonna be appointed, I guess you have to sign.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll attach you.
It came on email, just saying.
So, yeah, we'll attach you. Don't worry. Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much, Harold.
Did you want to waive the court costs?
Yeah, he's in custody.
So
Yeah.
what's the amount for the statement?
6,000. And then whatever the court costs are.
So waive it all?
Mhm.
Sophie Webster?
Thanks for coming, Harold. All right, just make sure you get the affirmative finding in there.
And once you sign up for why don't you just stage, let you know the schedule. Just please make sure to look over that. These will be conditions while you're on there. And here's your recess. And you have your
What's your care watching?
So you will not need to appear, but this is the next one. March 4th, but you won't have to appear. Your attorney will appear for you. So just stay in contact. There's a number on it? Yeah. Okay, so I don't have to come. You know me, come. Stay in contact.
All right. We're back. Yep, RC 117. Yeah, we had to make a new channel just for you, buddy. But you found us.
All fresh. Yeah.
All right, so he's gone over to that other courtroom.
Court 1, baby. I wonder if all the judges do that. Go from court to court if they need to help out another one.
Yep.
No, she's getting her new coat, so she's letting go of her long hair right now. Every time I pick up that damn cat, I get hair stuck in my nose.
Do all cats shed, or just certain breeds?
You got the naked cats, right? I'm sure they don't shed. So
Are they natural?
But yeah.
Are they naturally naked, or are they shaved?
No, they're naturally like that, I think.
Okay, I thought that was like something was wrong with them.
Sad if they were all shaven like that. It's kind of sad, you know.
I'm not sure what the conditions are.
Have you seen? I think owls without feathers.
No, I didn't see the fuzzy babies, right? They look a bit odd too, but I've never seen the naked owl. No.
Yeah, they're pretty terrifying.
Yeah, I'm kind of fascinated now. I'm already googling it. I'm like, now I gotta see.
Yes, Eileen is saying that most cats shed.
Oh my god, that's so cursed. A naked owl?
Yes, and so now I'm starting to panic. Now I'm starting to panic because if that little cat that we've got, if it starts to shed, I'm gonna have to get rid of it.
Why?
Yeah, I'm not dealing with that.
Are you the one that vacuums the house, or?
Yeah. Yes, I'm definitely the one that does all the chores.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
All right, I'll be back.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I can ask him too if he wants to file. That's no problem. But we'll just check with Judge because I think with the drug thing, he won't just is okay with free trial.
Yeah, she's gone now. I mean, Bill left me. My cat left me. Fleischer left me, and I'm just sitting here like, yeah, sure. Great stuff. Keeps you entertained. So, gotta start making some chair jokes or something like, welcome to the charity.
Because at first he was just doing that and then he said.
Yeah, he's gonna vacuum right now.
And I asked Judge. Well, I give him copies of everything.
So he already got his copy.
Yeah, so all he needs is that and then.
Christopher Flores?
Now, my cat is too old to wash herself, so I have to brush her, because, otherwise she doesn't shed the hair. 17, almost 18. She's almost an adult.
When Judge goes and covers it on the corner.
There he is again. Welcome back, welcome back. You're muted. Muted.
Training here at my solo.
Still muted. No sound, still no sound. It's so funny to be able to see this to you, like.
Yeah, and I can hear me just fine. So.
Oh, now I can hear you. There you go. Yeah.
Yep. No, Eileen, we got this cat. We got this cat. It was kind of a stranded in a field type situation, and it was supposed to be we have the cat for a week. My wife and daughter take really good care of the cat, and they would never allow me to. That was partially a joke with Linus about the cat. I don't get to make the decisions in my home. I really wish I did, but I've got a very strong wife, and she runs the house pretty strongly, and so she would never let me do that. And my 17-year-old daughter definitely wouldn't let me. So I'm the one that says, no, I don't want any animals. No, I don't want any pets. And then whenever they bring a pet home, I fall in love with it and, treat it like it's one of my kids. And so, but I'll always be resistant towards it because I'm always too busy. But my wife and daughter take good care of the animals. But I have no interest. I have no interest in cat hair though.
Yeah, that's just what you get, You get a couple pros and a couple cons. The hair is definitely one of the cons.
Yeah.
Sure.
So let's look over at another. I'm looking. We got to see. I'm trying to find a short case that way, in case something messes up, we can come right back to it.
That's cool. A bit of multitasking.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a short. I'm trying to find a short video that'll work. And yes, Allie, she is very strong to put up with the likes of me. She is absolutely strong. For any of y'all that haven't heard the story, we met in 1998. We met and got married in 1 week, and that's 26 years ago. And she's put up with me ever since.
Yeah, that's respectable too. Like that long with you? Respect, Emily.
Absolutely. Oh, there she is. There's no more question about.
Yeah. Does that work? I always get excited when I see her. She has that effect on me, I guess.
I don't know if you'll save it on.
Yeah. Okay, so Red is telling me to wash the cat and get used to it. Yeah, my wife and daughter wash that cat a lot. It's fun to see it whenever it comes out of the shower. So.
It looks so sad.
Yep, Lindsay. We met and got married in 1 week. It took her, I think it took her mom 2 or 3 years to just not give me a scowl every time she saw me. And now her mom, or, her mom's retired, and she actually was at her house this morning getting ready to go on a cruise today. So there's definitely all the family getting along with everyone.
I mean, you had to put a ring on it, in case you ran away. You gotta act fast,
Yeah.
If you know what you want,
So Crazy Man Gaming, I completely agree with you. Victoria she's a diamond to us.
She knows. She knows. Okay, can you put me off screen for a second? I need a break. Thank you.
You are gone.
Thanks so much. Take over.
All right, everybody, I'm going to try to find another video real quick. It'll take me just a second.
Gastaneda Garcia. All right, is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. So that's why he's in jail currently. He's got misdemeanor convictions in October for battery and resisting. He was sentenced to 179 days on each count, suspended, consecutive if ever imposed. And then he's got misdemeanor convictions in September or misdemeanor conviction for trespassing, and he admitted to failure to appear. And he's got a misdemeanor arrest for failure to appear. I believe that's the one he admitted to in September. So obviously he's got a lot of criminal history, a lot of recent criminal history. He's already got a conviction for violating an EPO, and he's just doing it again. So clearly there's nothing that's going to stop him, not even being within the jail walls. So the state's requesting $5,000 bail, DAS if he posts, and no contact, obviously, with the victim.
All right, so before I let the public defender proceed, I had the same issue. I had no risk assessment. They did say that in the prior case, one was done, obviously, and he scored a 9. Do you know what that breaks down to?
I don't, Your Honor. Since it was in Reno Municipal Court, I don't have any of the details from it.
All right. Okay. All right, do we have a response?
Yes, Your Honor. As the court heard, Mr. Olson is under sentence, not able to be released. We would argue that, he's no additional amount of bail is necessary, as again, he's not able to be released from his other court matter. Given how long he's been in custody, he is not able to afford any bail. And so the least restrictive option would be to release him when eligible on his own recognizance with supervision by the Department of Alternative Sentencing.
Just to confirm, Ms. Phelps, you don't have any, I want to make sure, is there any drug-related charges in his history?
Not that I see, Your Honor, and that's why I didn't request testing.
Right. All right. All right, so his bail is going to be set, but at only $3,000 or 10% cash. There'll be no contact with Katharina. Rena Thompson, I believe her name is. We'll have supervised check-ins with DAS, and he shall not possess firearms or weapons. All right, next.
Your name, sir?
Stephen Chatain.
All right. We're here on the money claim. Have the parties had?
All right, we're going to try this one. I don't know much about this video. I saw it in the collection. I've got a couple thousand videos over there, so I'm not sure which one this is. We're just going to jump on it and see, and whenever Judge Fleischer comes back, we'll jump back over to that.
An opportunity to try to talk to each other about it, or?
Judge, I've tried to talk to Mr. Chatain about this. He really didn't want to hear what I had to say. He said, I just want to let the judge decide.
Is that right, sir?
Mostly. He never has offered a settlement. He's never offered a settlement.
Okay, what's the primary part of your claim?
They nearly doubled my rent, saying I didn't meet the friendship requirement. As far as I've been able to tell, no such document exists. They have not produced it for me. They have not produced it for court. And because of that, I feel that they overcharged me for a year, saying that they couldn't find me a roommate and want to charge me for a 2-bedroom, 2-occupant for the full cost.
Okay, so let me just make sure. You moved out. You moved out.
I'm sorry, Lord.
Have you moved out yet?
I've made arrangements and we should be out by the 25th without any problem.
Okay. So you're claiming that you overpaid them.
Yes.
How much are you claiming you overpaid?
December of 2022, my rent was $2,120. Starting in January, they increased it to $4,081. That's $1,961 per month times 12 equals $23,530 in overcharge.
Can I ask a question then? Why'd you pay it?
It's a term, it's automatically charged to my account and I have a conservator. That's where I got this report on monthly payments.
All right. So you have a conservator?
Yes.
Do you currently have a conservator?
Yes. He's negotiating my new residency as we speak.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Did your conservator say anything to you about the amount of rent you're being charged?
Well, 3 months after the fact that they started charging me and called me and said, do you know that they doubled your rent? And I said, no, but I'll look into it. And he said he didn't feel it was right. And he wished me well in this negotiation that's about to happen.
You have a position on his claim, other than you don't owe him anything.
Yes, and I'm happy to fill in a few of the gaps in the facts here, Judge. So, Mr. Chatain's lease is a 30-day month-to-month lease, and it states in the lease that upon providing written notice, American House can change the rent. That's what they did here. They provided him written notice that they were increasing his rent. And the reason that they increased his rent, he's correct. His apartment is meant to be a shared unit with a roommate. And because of the condition of the apartment, they were not able to rent it to another tenant. They had given him warnings about this and saying, can't rent this to somebody else because of the condition of the apartment. Then they provided him with a notice and they said, if you don't get the apartment in condition where we can rent it to somebody else, we're going to raise your rent effective in January. That's what they did. They were contacted by the conservator after the rent went up, and they explained to the conservator, here's the situation. We've increased his rent because we can't rent the bedroom to somebody else. And the conservator said, okay, I understand. And didn't stop the ACH payments, continued to allow the money to be drawn. After about a year, Mr. Chatain got the apartment in the condition that American House decided it was satisfactory to try to rent it to somebody else, and they reduced his rent back to the original amount.
Because they were able to rent.
They still weren't able to rent the room to somebody else, but they had asked him in writing, we want you to do A, B, C, and D to get the apartment in a condition where we believe we would be able to rent it. Because of other issues, they were not still able to rent the apartment to him, but they followed through with their side of the agreement and reduced his rent. Yeah.
Is that correct?
No.
Okay. Of course not. So what part of that's not the case?
It was not a question of them increasing the rent as in a normal annual increase in rent. They changed the terms of contract from me living in a 2-bedroom, 2-occupant suite to saying you're now renting the whole
Mr.
suite.
Chutane, yes, but that was their claim, wasn't it?
Well, they never provided
Well,
me.
hold on,
I'm
hold
sorry.
on. That was their claim. It was supposed to be a 2-occupant suite.
Right.
Okay.
I had 4 roommates before this over the last 10 years. So,
Okay.
and they've all complimented me on how nice it looks. It boiled down, in my opinion, it boiled down to the question that I had masks from all over the world on the walls, and I had a very demure nude. And none of my roommates.
Demure what?
Nude. N-U-D-E, nude. Naked woman.
Okay, I'm presuming,
Yes, and they
presuming a statue.
I'm sorry.
Was it a statue of a nude woman or
No,
actual
just
nude woman?
Just a painting.
Okay, all right, thank you. Go ahead.
Well, they demanded more room and they made me throw away my leather sleeper sofa because they wanted more room in the room. No one had ever complained about this.
Mr. Chutane.
Yes.
You would agree that there was supposed to be another occupant in the room?
Absolutely. They
Okay.
admit that I asked for a roommate.
Okay, but hold on. They then did they send you information saying they couldn't lease the other room?
No.
So they never sent you anything?
I have included everything.
I didn't ask you what you included. Did they send you some notification regarding what you needed to do so they could rent the other portion?
No.
Never.
Nothing. After repeated requests.
So if I set this for trial and they have that, you might admit that you don't have a claim.
Of course. But they've never provided it in the last 2 years.
Okay, so.
It doesn't exist.
So at some point, Mr. Chutane, your rent goes back down.
Right.
Right? So why did it go back down?
Because I threatened to sue them for their mistreatment.
So they just lowered your rent?
Well, they made me do a number of things because they were going to already increase rent another 10%.
So what were those things they were asking you to do?
They made me remove most of the artwork from the living space. They made me clean off my own dining room table where I had a sculpture. They made me throw out my couch.
But hold on, this dining room table. The dining room table would have been shared by the dining room area would have been shared by the occupant.
Everything that's in the apartment is shared.
So they asked.
Silverware, you name it.
Okay, so they asked you to remove
all the stuff that was on the
dining room table, so that if there was somebody else there, they could use the dining room table.
And the prior roommate did use it instead of going down to the dining room.
Okay. So what else did they ask you to do?
They asked me to remove half of the material in the linen closet, which was easily done. They made me move.
So that the other tenant, if they were there, could have space.
Right.
Okay.
They made me remove half of the material that was in the shared closet. It had never been a problem before. It had accumulated for 12 years, 10 years back then. And I was able to do it, but I gave away, I would guess, thousands of dollars worth of stuff. Yes.
Have you listened to what you've said to me?
You asked me to go on.
No, I know, but have you listened to what you've been telling?
They out of the blue produced
Mr.
an
Chattain,
article that
Mr.
said,
Chattain, Mr. Chattain.
yes,
How did you get notification that they needed you to do these things?
I never got notification without asking for something in writing that shows that these friendship suites exist and what the requirements are. They gave me a list of things that were particular to my room, and it's not a general policy.
Mr. Chattain.
Yes. I'm sorry, if I speak loud, it's because I've got these.
I understand. How did you know what to do?
After corporate officers came out and said, this isn't a friendship suite, and I asked why, and they said it looks lived in. That's all they said.
Let me ask you this. When they talked about, let's say, the dining room table.
Yeah.
Did they tell you why you needed to clean off the dining room table?
Well, half the table was covered with my current mail, and they wanted everything off the table.
Mr. Chattain.
I'm sorry.
You need to answer my question. Did they tell you why you needed to clean off the table?
In case my roommate wanted to eat.
Yeah.
And I did.
Okay. But before that wasn't the case, right?
Not after my last roommate left. I told you.
Okay, all right. So let me ask you this.
All right.
Did they tell you why they wanted you to empty out half of the closet?
Because it belongs to the other person. My potential roommate. And that was very difficult.
Mr. Chattain.
Yes.
If you're paying, let's say 2120 for a space that would, if the landlord could use it, would cover twice that amount. Right?
I didn't quite catch that.
They had another person in there. Presumably that person would be paying the same thing that you pay.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Chattain, if you're using the whole thing,
I'm not.
If you're using the whole thing, then don't you have to pay for that?
But I'm not using.
But I didn't ask you that. If you were, let's put it this way, listen to my question.
All right.
If you were using the whole thing, you would agree, we could all agree that you would have to pay for it, right?
Yes, but I'd have.
If you're using it to the extent that they can't move somebody else in, you would be required to pay that, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, as I'm looking at this, that's what happened. Follow me, Mr. Chattain. Here's what the deal is. You're using the whole unit, basically.
They're saying.
Whether you're admitting that you did, because you're admitting that when they notified you, you basically started putting it back in shape so they could put somebody else in it. You're using that property. And so if you're using it, Mr. Chattain, you have to pay for it.
They wouldn't tell me what I had to remove. I asked for 9 months as soon as it started happening, and they refused to give me something. I talked to corporate, they said it looked lived in. They finally gave me a list in October and said it had to be done by.
But I thought they didn't give you anything.
After I requested it and after corporate came and announced that it was not a friendship suite, they did produce after, I believe, 10 months. So they were.
So before then, Mr. Chattain.
Yes.
Before then, you were just paying this amount of rent, right?
I was paying.
And had no idea why you were paying.
I don't quite understand what you're driving at. Could you give me a little bit more so I can respond?
You were paying twice what you had before, but had no idea why.
No. Everybody that lived with me thought we was very.
I didn't care about everybody else living with you. Your rent doubles.
Yes.
Your conservator knows.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Your conservator tells you, right?
He tells me when the increase went up.
Okay.
That's all he told me.
And you're saying you paid it and didn't know why?
That is correct. It was because I wasn't meeting the requirements of a friendship suite, and they have never provided the
That's
requirements for a friendship suite.
Mr. Chastain. Let's get off of that phrase friendship suite.
Well, it's key to this because.
No, it's not.
All right.
Because what's key to it, I don't care what you call it. What's key to it is there's supposed to be somebody else there.
Yes.
And there can't be because you are using the other part of the apartment.
A tiny part, nothing in its bedroom or anything.
But you're using it to the extent that they can't put somebody else in, Mr. Chastain.
Well, that's not true because I've had 4 roommates and nothing has changed.
Judge, this is the letter that Mr. Chastain attached to his own pleadings. It's dated November 30th, 2022. And
which exhibit?
It's Exhibit I to his own pleadings. Maybe it's.
You said it's November 30th?
November 30th, 2022.
Got it.
It says, Dear Steve, as you know, you currently reside in a friendship suite. We have had conversations in the past asking you to clean out the apartment in order for someone else to be able to move in. At this time, we feel that we can no longer offer this as a friendship suite or even be able to show the prospective residents due to the smoke odor, lack of space, and condition of the apartment inside and outside. All the above are considered lease violations. Then it goes on to indicate how they're going to raise his rent, and they give him until basically the end of December to try to get this resolved. Starting January 1st, his rent's going to go up. So they put him on notice of this, and he attached it to, so obviously he had a copy of it because he attached it to his own pleadings.
See it?
Well, from my point of view, they're making a lot of claims, sir.
Mr.
I see the here.
Okay, and Mr. Chastain, you would agree with me?
No, not at all. The smoke odor, lack of space, and condition of the apartment inside and out is utterly false.
And why'd you?
And they took my apartment.
Mr. Chastain,
Yes.
you told me they never sent you anything.
With regard to why I'm not meeting a friendship suite.
Mr. Chastain, what does that letter say? Doesn't it tell, doesn't it?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a question. What does that say?
I don't really know how to respond. You know.
Well, you're going
I've
going to need to respond to my question.
All right.
What does that letter say to you?
It says, my apartment doesn't meet the requirements of friendship suite, and therefore we're doubling your rent. That's what it says.
And it tells you why.
These, if you look at these.
Mr. Chastain.
Smoke over.
Mr. Chastain.
I don't smoke.
It tells you why, doesn't it?
They never gave me anything in 9 months requesting what I need to do for a friendship suite. These 3 things You know, that's their opinion. Fine, show me the friendship suite requirements. And they didn't have any. They don't have any now. They made up this list particular to me. It's not a policy and it's not in my lease.
Judge, what I would say is that it's not relevant whether or not any of that stuff is in his lease. What is in his lease is that they have the right to increase his rent with 30 days notice, and they gave him the notice.
Yeah. You realize that, Mr. Chutane?
Well, they increased it. I know that. For 9 months, they didn't tell me why. These are not reasons.
But hold on, Mr. Chutane. Understand something. They could have increased your rent and not given you any reason why.
I'm sorry?
They could have increased your rent and not given you any reason why. On 30 days notice, they could increase your rent. They don't even have to tell you why they're doing it.
Well, that would wind up in court too, then, I guess.
And you'd lose.
I'm sorry?
And you would lose.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, so you can lose.
No,
Oh.
to settle the matter. If you say I have no claim, fine, I'll
Well,
stop here.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't see where you have a claim. You're telling me things that aren't true. You're telling me they didn't send you anything saying what they were doing. Do not interrupt me. You told me that. You told me that you did not know.
That I was in a friendship suite. I did not know. I in the letter I sent to you, I said, I never heard of it before. Nobody I talked to ever heard about this. If it had been in the lease or if they sent me the requirements, look at what they asked me to do compared to these 3 vague things they listed in this letter. Look at them. They're specific things. You can't have your toothbrush and toothpaste on the sink. They just made up a bunch of stuff. Ask them to produce the document that says what a friendship suite is.
Mr. Chutane, why do you have a conservator?
I don't. I had some mental issues in the past. 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And at that time, I was not capable of paying my bills. So the conservators worked out. It's not horribly expensive. And he, just like American House takes care of all my needs but a telephone, my conservator took care of all of my needs. So.
All right, everybody. That was fun, but Judge Fleischer's back. So let's go back to Fleischer. Let's see. There we go.
Smith is back on the docket. He was unable to make bond over the weekend. Some issues with co-signers or whatever. Nevertheless, he's in custody. He immediately asked me about a time served. I told him I didn't like that for him.
I'm not doing it.
Well, that's why I wanted to talk to you, because I figured.
Now, the last thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna ruin his life by just racking up convictions and just doing it to get out. I'm with you, and we won't do it. So.
Then I would say we probably, if we could, set the matter for trial, because otherwise I don't see him getting out based on what he shared with me and the one person I did talk to.
Mr. Brooker, I'm not gonna just hold him indefinitely, you know.
No, I know, Judge, I know, but he had a test today and it's like messed up. And so I'm trying to do what I can to get things moving, because otherwise he's not going to get out. I mean, he's just going to sit there. Apparently they have the money. It's like $380, but they don't have a cosigner. He doesn't have any adults here that's going to vouch for him. So I'm talking to children about his case, like some 19-year-old in another state is really,
Hey,
really.
Stephen, do you mind bringing out Mr. Smith, please? Marcos, you want to talk to me already?
Yes, Judge.
Hey.
Approaching on Mr. Miguel Moreno, this is an FSGI judge. The state has spoken with AT&T, who is the owner of the other vehicle. There's an estimate of about $26,000. Does not necessarily, I don't think that's accurate, to be honest with you. They have an estimate of 26,000. The state has reached out again to see whether that's what was actually paid by AT&T, which I'd be very surprised.
No, of course not. No. They're loaded with insurance for these
Correct.
kinds of.
So what the whole point was, what I'm trying to do is have him pay some sort of restitution and let it go. And
Sure.
I think the state's
Yeah, actually.
inclined, but they just need to find out, what happened, whether repairs were
Yes,
done.
Judge, we just need to confirm whether the vehicle's been repaired and what the actual amount paid by.
Problem is how do you do that, right? Because I know that you guys had a problem even trying to get a hold of anyone at AT&T to get this kind of information.
Well, Mackenzie's reached out and she sent an email and they said they would return some sort of response to her, but as of now, they have.
So why don't we set it for Monday?
Okay.
Hopefully, you can try to get a response. Good luck. I know that it's been an issue in the past.
Go from there.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good, Judge. Thank you.
Judge, is that a waive of parents or required?
Waive it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's no sense in bringing it down here. How's jail?
Nothing.
Mr. Smith, we want you to be the best person that you can be, right? And part of what you need to do and what we're here to do is teach you how to grow up, to make better decisions. You have no one that's going to bond you out. These are things that you think about when you go out. If you are hanging around with thugs, people will treat you like a thug. Perception is reality. These are things that you think about when you're out there, whether you're going to a party, whether you're hanging out with other friends who like to smoke weed, whether you're going to a park and you know that there are people that are not good for you and you're still doing that. These are decisions that you need to look at and to think, okay, if I do this now, what potential bad things can happen? I'm on bond for a criminal case and I don't have anyone to bond out. I got a test on Monday, yet when you're out there, always consider the negative of what can happen in every decision you make. You are now in jail. You've missed a test, allegedly, because I don't know for sure. You could be blowing smoke on my puppet. I would never even know, right? Am I supposed to feel sorry for you now that you have 2 assaults?
You just doing your job.
Right. But what I want you to do is I want you to learn. And you got 2 assaults and you still haven't learned. So what do we do to ensure that you now, if we let you go out in the street, you're going to make the right decisions? What do we do? Because I don't know. I want to let you out. I don't want to keep you in. But you're your own worst enemy. If I let you out, I know that you're just going to continue to make a bad decision. So we're at an impasse. It's a dilemma. It's a fork in the road.
Situation is a little different today, Judge, after a weekend in jail, seeing how easily Mr. Smith can lose his liberty. If he is not 100% compliant with bond conditions, he hasn't just heard it from us now, he's actually experienced it. So that's different. And I would think that matters to him as he understands how quickly things can change in his situation.
How many times have we put him in jail?
It's only the first time, Judge. We tested him.
Revoke his bond once, am I not?
No, I don't think we have any bond revocations.
Traded on Mr.
No, we appeared initially and he had a drug test and we had a conversation. You admonished him, but this was the first time that he actually went in.
And how many violations have we had?
It was only the one dirty UA, Judge. At least that we spoke about.
Here's my other, if I were to go send you for a drug test now, what would pop up? It's a rhetorical question. I don't want you to answer. But that's what I'm also thinking about. You know, me, you're in jail, you picked up a new case. I've repeatedly asked you to not smoke weed. You've tested positive already once. If I send you for a test now, what's going to happen? I don't know.
All of that before he had to go to jail. Now he sat in jail and can't get out. There's no way for him to get out. He understands that. So I would think that would change his mindset. He's intelligent and he understands, but still 17 years old has to sometimes hit their head to learn and understand what those consequences really feel like.
Living now.
I still with my best friend in Humble, Timber Forest. I just started staying there like 2 days before I came to court.
And even have a stable home.
Well, the order and the request of the state was to stay away from grandmom and don't go there and don't ever go back. So he hasn't.
Have any other parental figures out there?
I don't really know too much of my family. Yeah, just pretty much, I don't know too much of my family. They really don't want nothing to do with me. So I just be alone.
And just somebody that purported to be Tristan's mother did reach out to me, but indicated that she could not help or didn't want to help, because I asked those questions too. Wasn't
take him in?
No, sir. This was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So he's truly on his own. Again, the person I've been speaking to purports to live in Georgia and is young himself. Can't come here, can't do anything here. So our hope was that he was able to make bond because it is reasonable. It's a reasonable amount of money, but the bond company won't bond him out without.
But even Mr. Brooker, even if you bond out, if you continue to make the bad choices, you're going to end up right back here over and over and over. You know, he's telling me that you want to plead guilty just to get out. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to let you ruin your life. Because when you end up with these assault convictions, you're all but ruined. You know, do you think people hire assault convictions? You think you're going to get a job? You think you want to go to school to study this and that? It's all for naught, because when you start racking up convictions, life is hard enough as a Black young man in society today as it is. And when you start racking up convictions, it only makes the life more difficult for you. That's hard enough as it is. And you're not getting it through. If I go drug test you now, what is the result? Even after months of me preaching to you not to use. I don't want you to answer the question. What I'm trying to break through to you is that I have repeatedly told you not to use. I've told you not to hang with dogs because you're going to get fleas, and not you caught yourself a damn flea. I don't know. I want to let you out, but I can't trust you.
So where we are with it now, Judge, state made the offer. We understand your position on it, which I thought that would be the case, that you wouldn't accept that plea. So I'd like to move forward as quickly as we can.
Who is the best friend that you're telling me that you were going to stay with? How old is this person?
She's 18.
And who does she live with? On her own?
No, she stays with her mother. Her mother, me and her mother have had a talk about me staying there. And she said that as long as, I do what I continue, well, she said as long as I continue to, keep up with my schoolwork and stuff and, keep going to school. She said she just don't want to let me in her house. So as long as I continue to go to school and stay out of trouble, then I'm good there. And she understands that I have.
If I can verify that there's a parental figure at that house, I will let him out. I'm going to put a monitor on you and I'm giving you a curfew. But if you can somehow verify, Mr. Brooker, that there is an actual adult living there, it's not just an 18-year-old just hanging out, 17 and 18-year-old, then I'm down. But I got to know that there's some kind of adult figure there so that we know there's at least some kind of supervision, not 17 and 18-year-old hanging out with each other, because that It's a disaster in the making. I don't want any more disaster. So
I'll work on it,
you can,
definitely.
if you can verify that, I'm down. But I'm going to tell you now, you will be reporting here to me while you're on bond, and I'm going to test you on a weekly basis to make sure that you're not using. The next time you test positive, so help me. Do you understand? You pick up a third case, I'm going to lose it. The little hair that I have left will be gone because that's how upset I will be. Do you understand? Don't smoke weed, and I want proof that you're enrolled in school full time. Do you understand, Mr. Smith? The only way is that I know that there's a parental figure here, so you have at least some kind of someone watching out. Okay, so we got time. I mean, I'm here. You have my cell phone.
I do.
Right? So just text me, and even if it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we can work it out.
I'll work on it. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right.
I have Victoria Jackson.
On bond or in jail?
It's on bond.
Okay.
And she is not here today. She contacted me on Friday with this, says she has the flu, and she sounded pretty bad on the phone.
Okay.
I was gonna see, and I spoke with the state, if we could have about a week to eval the case. We're still trying to get in touch with a witness.
So I'll acquiesce. I'll set it for bond forfeiture for 1 week.
Okay.
But I mean, it's 200. She's got to be here so we can figure out that this is not the first time she's taken off. State, do you really have a good witness that you can get a hold of, or is it like?
It sounds like they just saw a verbal argument, but if we can get them to say that as well, then we're prone to maybe resolving the case.
I mean, is it like one of those fights out in the?
Yes.
I'm not going to find the complaining witness.
That I don't know. I know that they had contacted the complaining witness, but this was right when.
All right. So I'll give you a week, but.
This is just another witness that was there that's also on the body cam that where I'm just trying.
Oh, it's not the complaining witness.
It's not the complaining.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll give you a week.
Great, thanks, Judge. And then I also have Kendrick Boyd, and he's in custody.
Boyd. Okay.
And we need to, wanted to get a trial date for this.
Whatever you want. Sure.
Okay, great. All right, thank you.
Which date are you ready?
They're still ready for on Boyd. Yeah, okay.
Let's just set it. You guys, you cool? Yeah, okay, done.
Thanks, Judge.
Sure. Hi, Mo. I see that you filed this. Is it going to you or is it? It's going to go to you? Done. Okay.
Thanks, Judge.
Done, for sure. They're unopposed.
I talked to her. I said, she said it's fine.
Okay, good. I'll sign a
Thanks,
premium.
Judge. But the felony already told me, said once this they told me that like I can get it.
Okay, just make sure that it's, it's to you. They don't, yeah, okay. Got it. I trust you.
Judge, for Mr. Smith, in the event that he is released, did you want the Monday, Thursday testing?
No, we'll just do once, right? But
Did you set it up once before?
yeah, and so GPS monitor, curfew of 9 PM to 6 AM, proof of enrollment in school, no weapons, no contact with any of the complaining witnesses. But I want to know first before he's released. So I'm
just having sex with the.
sure, of course. Yeah, that's a good idea.
That you're the science here. Yeah, I wanted 1/9 originally. So I probably picked that date last week. Thursday. You want to keep it?
You want to set it that far out, you think? Okay, whatever you want, but I was.
We want to make sure we can take care of step one. Otherwise, I don't know when he'll be able to come back.
Judge, Corey Rock was on Zoom, is he still there?
Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah, he's here. I had so many things open. Bye, Mo. Take care, bud. Corey. All right, Mr. D, you ready?
Yes, sir, may I approach Judge? Yes, sir, Your Honor. I am here on Mr. Gerard Jones. It's my understanding that marijuana tested positive for THC, I believe.
Where's Mr. Jones?
Jones? And at the top, sir. Yes, sir, no, sir, to be judged.
I will test you 45 days from today. You saw already what happens. We're not here to play games. You need to leave here better than you came. The first way that happens is for you to get into school. You need your high school diploma. You cannot go through life without, at a minimum, a high school diploma, because you will never, ever make any kind of money. Do you understand? So that's part of the deal now. I'm going to have Mr. D work with you to be able to do it. I have a bunch of paperwork I can give you to enroll into free classes to do it.
I gotta get my GD. I can't go back to school. I'm too old.
That's okay. I have programs available for you that are free to help you do this, so you don't have to use money. We have resources. All you need to do is show the effort that you want to get it done, and you can get it done. But at a minimum, you need a high school diploma. Going through life 17 without this and doing nothing, either working, this is not a good way to start, because you're going to end up invariably like here. Life is hard enough as it is. And if you don't have money, if you don't have an education, if you don't have some kind of prospect going forward, life is really going to go down the tubes. I'm telling you, life is miserable without money. That's why people get divorced so much. People always fight because they ain't got no money. When you don't have money, it's a really miserable experience. This life is a good journey. It could be a great one, or it could be miserable. Do you understand, Mr. Jones? The first thing, no more smoking weed. If you stop as of today, when I test you the next time, you should be negative. If you are, we will all be jumping up and down and happy. But if you test again positive, it's not going to go well. Do you understand? You are on notice now. Number one. Number two, I'm going to bring you back in about 2.5 weeks. And I want to see what you have done to start enrolling into a GED program. Do you understand? Who do you live with now? Do you have a mom and dad around?
I don't know my people. I got a doctor. I don't know none of my people.
Okay. If you ever need anything, we're here for you. If you want a job, we can try to help you find one. But you need to get into school. You need to get an education. Knowledge is power, and it'll take you places.
I got GED, go to school, but I don't got no transportation.
You can do anything online. You should be able to do everything. Do you have a computer, or do you have a phone or something?
I got a phone, but it's not on. Struggle. I just got out of juvenile. Just got off probation the other day. I'm still trying to find my way.
Where's Shatori?
Do you need a list of GED classes?
Well, we got to find a way for him to do it, because he doesn't have a phone, doesn't have any kind of resources. Is Shatori in her office?
I just teased her. Corey said his phone froze and he just logged back in.
Oh.
Too old. I tried to go back to school.
I'm using that word ain't.
I don't have.
Same thing.
Can't read. Can't.
I'm using that word.
From where I stand, I can't.
Listen, there's no excuse. I'm going to give you papers now to give you a list of providers that will give you a free phone. I'm also going to give you a list of ways for you to be able to get your GED. We will help you as long as you come here and show us that you want to do it. If you stay out there and make wrong decisions by picking up a new case, if you become a danger to my community, I'm going to put you in custody. You now know that there's no one that's going to bond you out. You're out of jail now because I gave you a free bond. But if you become a danger to my community, if you violate conditions, I'm going to put you in, and you have to realize and know no one is going to bond you out. So the next time you go to jail, you will be stuck like Chuck in there until either this case is over or something else happens. Think of that when you're out there in the free world. You're out there now on our bond. If you violate conditions, you pick up a new case, you end up back in here. It's not going to happen. You'll not get another free one. Do you understand? So if you're out there and you see people are acting like thugs and they're making the wrong decision, hey, come on, man, let's go hit this place up or let's go. And you know that they're making the wrong decision, don't go. Be a man, stand up for yourself, know when to make the right decisions. I don't know if you have ever had someone to push you in life. I'm going to try to do it now to make you the best person that you can be. But I can't do this alone. I need your help. Do you understand? You only get a couple shots in life to make the wrong decisions to where it becomes so catastrophic, your ass is stuck. You're now at that crossroads. All right, Shatori, what do you got?
Yes, sir. This is where he can get a cell phone and a tablet. You just have to all the work and hold this right there.
I agree.
If you ever need anything, come back to us here. I can give you, I'm gonna try to give you everything I can, but don't go out there and make the wrong decisions. Do you understand? Okay, so do you mind giving him that? And then did you bring the paperwork as far as GED as well? We're giving you paperwork. All you have to do is go apply, put some effort into it. They'll give you a phone, they'll give you a tablet. We'll set you off 3 weeks. When you come back, show me what you've done to start working on your GED. Mr. Jones, make us proud. Don't make the wrong decisions. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jones, make us proud, man.
Judge, so you said 2 weeks pending.
3 weeks. We're gonna do 3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks.
Yeah, because he needs to get the resources.
Right, and then for the 3 drug tests.
We're gonna test again in 45 days. And then Felicia,
Yes, Judge.
no contact with the complaining witness and no weapons.
Yes, sir, Mr. D, how is January 27th?
Corey, I'm so sorry I didn't see you. I had a bunch of windows up and I didn't see you.
No worries.
Come up.
Mr. Dunn?
Yes, ma'am. Come on up. You tested negative.
Well, thank you.
That's fantastic and it makes me very happy. So look, just be good. That's all we're asking, okay? Nothing's gonna happen to you today. We'll just give you a reset and just be good. Don't pick up a new case.
Honor. It's very tight. I'm not a flight risk. I'm not gonna be, I won't go around that area. Me and everything else, and I just.
You're telling me I can trust you?
Yes, you can.
Judge,
I know, I saw it.
And it's really cut, like, it hurts. It's like they put it real tight to the point it's like getting into my ankle.
Corey,
Yeah, yes,
take it off.
thank you.
Just be good. It's not hard. Make the right decision when you're out there. You pick up a new case, a third case, I'm gonna lose it.
Okay.
You understand?
Gotcha.
Just be good. Talk to Corey. He's gonna help you out. We'll take it off now. Okay?
All right, well, the evidence was we able to run the camera.
It's gonna take.
You and I will talk about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Simmons Urban, it takes time. I mean, they gotta talk to the people. They gotta get it. It takes at least 2 weeks.
Okay.
But don't worry. Don't go back.
I won't do it. I won't go back there.
Be good.
I will.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, Judge.
So it does I get to go get it off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Corey, whatever day you want, doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Doesn't matter to me much either.
Judge, how much
Thank you.
time is given, like a regular
Just
reset?
right, normal reset, yeah.
All right, how's February 25 to the 27th?
What say you?
I say, how about the 26th? Are we good?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Thanks so much. Y'all do it.
Take care, man.
Yeah. How do you do that?
You can change it in the employee roster, you can change the assignment, so just put you as a 2 onboarding list.
Oh. All right, go ahead and sign for your reset, please.
Areas from Gal, the deferred adjudication plea that we had.
Yeah.
You said real court costs,
Yes.
so waive the court costs, is that including the supervisory fee?
No, just the court costs. That he'll have to pay the supervisory fees, right? Do you have anyone else in back? Oh, Christopher Gomez?
Here you go. You're pretty good.
I have not seen Carl. I don't know. Sims's guy never, James Sims's guy, he never appeared, right?
No, Galvan.
Galvan, yeah, that's what it was.
Page 6 and 7.
Got it. All right. $15,003.
Hey, Felicia, what about Hunter? Did he ever test?
He hasn't checked in as far as I know. I can check for you just a second. Yeah.
What's the trial
Hey, you ready? Come on out.
This is an off-docket matter. I'll give you the cause number, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's 254.
Okay.
3614. That's Janelle Sherrod.
Okay.
This is the young gentleman.
I remember. How's he doing?
He's doing well. He's in Baton Rouge, staying with his aunt.
Right.
And what I'm here about is to add her requirement to the bond conditions that he stay at her residence. She's been trying to enroll him and needs some proof that she is supposed to have.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, so.
Do you need anything? You want anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
So everything's
Yeah,
going very
absolutely.
well.
Great. Let's hope it keeps,
Yes, sir.
All right. Good job. Thanks.
So cause number is 254. We're going to add the requirement that. Yes.
No, it doesn't. It's just I did. They were here like all day. So it's at the shame. Yeah. Yeah, that's the question.
Just have you heard from that? Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so if we want one, it's genuinely, it's just can't take the top, so. Okay.
Okay, I'll stand and show this one.
Okay.
All right, Judge, you ready for the next one?
Come on.
Next is page 11, Hunter, who is sitting with the drug test chart. Let me see if you haven't checked in. Judge, I'm here on that one, if I can approach, not if I can come on this side. Mr. Hunter reached out to my office this morning. One of his children is in the emergency room. I don't have any documentation, but.
We'll roll it to tomorrow.
Okay.
See, just show us. Okay. Thanks.
All right, Judge, next is page 15. She's here. Yes, counsel, I haven't heard from him.
I saw him here. He's been here the whole time. He was here for a long time. Oh. Hey, guys. I'm Keisha Lewis.
Yes, Mayor Roberts talking to Shane about that. It was just this weird PTI stuff. We need to have it in other formats. We can't do PTI right now. We're still talking to Brenda Gammons, but she said that we can't do anything right now. Because it's not enough. We don't have like the proper analog. It's not moving on her end, so we just need to the time. I can't file a supervision order yet.
How much do you think? Did Shane say?
No, he sent already had, and then she just said that we couldn't do anything with what he sent over her.
Does that mean he didn't send enough stuff? Or does it mean that we're still waiting for the program to get?
Interlock is the issue. We have the money and we have the contract, but the interlock was the issue. And we needed it to be from the facility, but when he forwarded that email to her, it's not opening on her end.
I guess, I don't know. I didn't talk to him, so I know, reach out to him and see what, I guess up to a week. Or, I mean, it's only 150, so if he needs a little bit more time, he can have more time,
All right, Judge, next is page 15. A column.
Wow, he picked up a new case.
Well, I did get an email.
No, dude picked up a new case. No, this is a new case. He's supposed to be here, and it's been one case after the other. I'm in shock.
Evading arrest charge. Unfortunately, I ended up breaking my knee, my fibula bone, and was snapped in half. If it's where you guys have that, but I was rushed to the hospital. I currently cannot walk and have no transportation.
I don't,
Want me to email her back asking?
yeah,
Okay.
tomorrow.
All right, Judge. Next is page 22. 5, set for agreement, 3 bonds posted.
What's the last name?
SID, side, page 22.
Okay. Wow, he's gotten 3 different bonds. Another.
See, I have these little tabs in the different colors.
10,003.
Then another, and then it's like things that I do in person. So, Judge, you got.
Just a monitor to be nice. Okay, just really.
Yeah, that was the only thing that they were concerned there.
It's all right. And all she wanted was proof of the paperwork. And they're like throwing a fit. All she wanted was proof.
No, they just said like,
I don't think she was asking for, I get it, but I don't think she was asking for something reasonable. They could have made a copy and given it to her.
we're not allowed to do that. Like it says protocol here, we're not allowed to do that with certain documents unless we get permission first. And since it's closed, we're just gonna do
Okay,
that.
I'm giving permission if she needs proof.
And so
Okay.
if she wants to go through it.
Sure, let her, she can have whatever she wants.
That was the only thing.
Yeah. Oh, that I didn't. Oh, just, yeah, just when you're nice. Yeah. Okay. Yo, who's next?
Okay, cool.
That was it.
All right, guys, we're done.
I put some last. Since.
Yeah, I'll sign everything now. All right, that's it. Felicia, for waive the signature. because you're gonna need to, right? Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Of course. Always a pleasure, Mr. Mueller. And we are done.